Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active. The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com. The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus or go to tongirec.org.
Whether you're an athlete looking to get back for another big win or you're just trying to win at life, Dr. Adam Ludwin at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy can get you back in the game. Dr. Adam has the tools and skills to have you feeling your best in no time with chiropractic adjustment, physical therapy, cupping, taping, muscle scraping, on-site x-ray, and more. Lose the pain and win the day at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy, now open in Tonganoxie. Book online at winchiropracticst.com or call 913-214-1020.
I didn't know what a derecho was. Didn't know that kind of storm existed. I didn't worry a bit about my coverage. It did not let me down. I was not caught blindsided. The secret is to have an agent that gets you insured for your needs. If you don't have Farm Bureau, you don't have good insurance.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
Hey folks, save $1,000 on your interior painting project this winter. Hire Absolute Painting during November through February and qualify for 10% off your project, a free paint upgrade, and a free color consultation to make sure you choose the perfect colors to transform your home. This amazing offer only lasts until our winter calendar is booked and spots are filling up fast. Call now and save $1,000 on your interior project. No money down, affordable monthly payment options are available. This offer won't last long, so call now to save $1,000 on your interior project with Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
The following is a presentation of Tonganoxie Sports Live, your new home for Chieftain athletics. It's time for the Chieftains on your new home for Tonganoxie High School athletics. Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by It's time for the Chieftains, right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
And a good evening and welcome back inside of Chieftain Arena, home of the Chieftains here at Tonganoxie High School. Another Frontier League doubleheader on tap here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, and it's presented by Kansas Insurance. To see how they can help you protect what matters most, give them a call at 913-369-6600 as we cruise along into the S&S Body pregame show. They've been the place to go to at Tonganoxie for auto body and repair work since 1972. Get your ride back in the game today and learn more at their website or call and make your appointment at 913-369-3193. Hello, everybody. Dylan Funk alongside Brendan Bolin. Happy you guys are here. We got another great tap of basketball on hand. A doubleheader between your Tonganoxie Chieftains and the Baldwin Bulldogs coming down the final stretch of the regular season here, Brendan. And we're back at home. Second matchup of the season between these two squads. The Bulldogs got the better of the Chieftains early. That was the final break back in the game back in December before we went on the holiday break. Resumed things back in 2024. And for this Lady Chieftains squad coming off a loss the last time out at Spring Hill, they come into tonight looking for a little bit of revenge. And the good news for them is they cannot have a much worse start tonight than they did last time out against these Bulldogs. Scoreless in the first quarter. It was a 19-0 run to start it for Baldwin, and the first field goal of the game didn't even come for the Chieftains until well under the halfway mark of the second quarter. And they've shown some flashes and some improvement since then, so they're going to be looking to bring it into the Lady Bulldogs tonight.
Absolutely, and they're catching Baldwin at the right time. They lost to Royal Valley on Friday, so you're catching Baldwin at a good time where they've been on quite the win streak and they've been on quite the groove. They first start of the season, they lost 2 straight, and one against the Palo Panthers, which I call for, and then Anderson County. But then after that, they went on a win streak. So now this very talented Baldwin girls team, who's very, leadership oriented with a lot of upperclassmen, you're catching them at a right time to where they're beatable. And we've seen it from plenty of teams this season. So I think if the Chieftains have a solid game plan to plan around, then I think they can pull out with a win tonight.
Baldwin coming in tonight 10-6 overall in this season. Right behind them right in front of them, I should say, is Eudora. We're talking about Frontier League standings to the Frontier League title. This is a big game for the Bulldogs to come into tonight and try to keep pace with that Eudora squad. What a season they're having, from 4 or 5 wins last season to now front runners looking to make a deep run into the postseason are the Lady Cardinals. But for Tonganoxie, like we said, they are coming in, catching them at the right time. We'll see if that works out tonight. It looks like they're going to be, again, without Lakin Bennett, still out in street clothes, has that right wrist/hand. It's wrapped up, it's braced, but we're going to see Addie Schooler back out there. And tell me, Brendan, a freshman for this squad for Coach Loomis, she's gotten to start the past couple of times. I mean, she doesn't look like a freshman out there. While the points aren't necessarily there, her impact on the glass cannot be overlooked.
And I think, I've been talking to several people about this. She may not be the scorer that, Coach Loomis wants for this team, but she adds the right size for any team that, may have a taller matchup. So I think Addie Schooler being in this lineup is absolutely tremendous. And, Lakin Bennett, she's not going to be out on the court for the rest of the season, most likely, with a broken finger, may have surgery on it. So I think one of the bigger things is that Loomis wants the size on the glass. And, maybe if they want to run some plays down low, then they can have that option with Addie Schooler. But just the way she carries herself and the way she plays is definitely something that Loomis is very lucky to have available to him.
Yeah, it's a very, very great problem to have your Coach Loomis. Back-to-back seasons, he's had freshmen step off of the bench, step up huge for him in the midseason. Let's take it down to the court for our starting lineups, brought to you by Team Tongi. To learn about how you can help make a difference and to learn about upcoming Team Tongi events, you can check out their website at www.teamtongi.com. John Dawson, take it away.
Educational experience. Remember, be a good sport. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For Baldwin, number 0, 5'6" senior, Samantha Straker. For Tonganoxie, number 1, 5'2" sophomore, Alyssa Schoening. For Baldwin, number 2, 5'4" sophomore, Chloe Neufeld. For Tonganoxie, number 15, 5'2" sophomore, Emerson Maslach. For Baldwin, number 12, 5'10" senior, Alyssa Reichert. For Tonganoxie, number 21, 5'2" senior, Mariah Herrera. For Baldwin, number 13, 5'7" junior, Lauren Bird. For Tonganoxie, number 33, a 6-foot freshman, Addie Schooler. Head coaches for this evening's game, for Baldwin, Eric Tooth, and for Tonganoxie, Nick Loomis.
We are ready to get things started here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Game one of our doubleheader between the Bulldogs and the Chieftains is coming up next right here. And the starting lineup tonight is brought to you by Lynch Real Estate, your hometown real estate company that will help you buy your first home all the way to your dream home, and they'll make your real estate dreams come true. Visit Dan Lynch and his team today in Tonganoxie. Opening tip-off in the center, Schooler, the freshman, will step in there for Tonganoxie. It'll be Reichard for the Bulldogs. And Bulldogs getting the victory over Tonganoxie last time these two teams met. Chieftains trying to even the score here tonight. As we get closer and closer into postseason action, Tongi finds themselves just outside the bubble of qualification for a playoff match. But a win here tonight would go a long ways in hoping to secure that spot as Tongi wins the opening tip. And we are underway here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Your starting five out there for the Lady Chieftains. And like we already mentioned, Schooler out there, Herrera, Maslak, Schonik, and Isaacs, as Herrera will take the first shot of the game and knock it down from downtown. That's a good start for Tonganoxie in this one.
And it's the perfect start you want to have if you're Tonganoxie. Setting the tone early, getting that quick three. You know you have the capable shooters there, and Baldwin's going to force a turnover. So the perfect first possessions here for Tonganoxie offensively and defensively.
Yeah, 3 on one end, the turnover on the other. You cannot ask for a much more efficient start there if you're Coach Loomis and if you are the Tonganoxie Chiefs. Let's get to some keys of the game tonight, brought to you by First Security Bank. Stop by and meet their friendly staff today at 415 Stone Creek Drive. First Security Bank, proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics. What are some of the things tonight? Like we mentioned, Tongi got a little bit embarrassed in the first matchup. They're off to a great start already in here. What are some other keys of the game? They're going to have to keep going through 4 quarters.
And one of the big things I'd say is stopping number 2, Chloe Neufeld. She's been an absolute scorer since she started as a freshman. Like I mentioned, her sister Carly, a standout player at Washburn now as a freshman. So now you have the younger Neufeld around for 2 more years, and she's been absolutely electric since the start of coming into this program. So I think stopping her, which, she's had a couple rough games, but she's finally been finding her groove again, and you like to see that for Baldwin. So I think stopping her is going to be one of the bigger keys to tonight's game.
The 5'4" sophomore Chloe Neufeld for the Bulldogs. It is also our player spotlights I brought to you by Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. Chieftains can't pass around. This one got handled well by Isaacs. It's the first turnover of the game for the Chieftains. Bulldogs coming back the other way. Risky pass. Saving it down low. Quick with the hands. Alyssa Schonik. Jump ball. Possession arrow will favor Baldwin. It'll stay at this end.
It is a little risky there underneath. I thought a foul was going to be called there, but, nice quick hands there from the Chieftains to quickly get on that and force the jump ball.
Nobody gets on the catch and shoot there on the inbounds from Reichard as she puts it down. The first bucket of the game for the Bulldogs.
And Reichard's one of those all-around players who can really do it all on the glass and from outside. She's been stellar these past few games for this Lady Bulldogs team, so it's going to be nice to see her, to see what she can do against this Chieftain squad.
Schonik driving baseline, defender shoving her out, and the whistle right there. We'll have an inbounds coming up for Tonganoxie, and that just shows the threat that opposing defenses take for Alyssa Schonik, the unsophomore point guard for Tonganoxie. She's been really the driving force for this offense through this whole entire season, coming close within her last 5 or 6, coming close to averaging double digits per game. Foot on the baseline as she touched it. It'll be Baldwin basketball, 3-2 lead early for the Chieftains, about a minute and a half into this one.
If you're the Chieftains, you want another stop here. You want to keep Baldwin scoreless here. Force them to have some bad possessions here. I think that's one of the bigger things, is just making Baldwin have no momentum, because once they got hot, they can really start knocking down baskets.
Good straight-up defense by Schooler. Forces a shot off from Reichard, and a long rebound pulled in by the Chieftains. Herrera with it. Crossover, attacking to the left, and a kick out. Or Schonik will get back to Herrera in the near corner. Freed up, puts it up. A little too strong and high off the glass. A rebound pulled in by Reichard.
Herrera already doing it on both ends of the court there. Nice rebound there, and then, couldn't get the layup inside there, but you love to see, Mariah Herrera stepping up in her last final games of this Chieftain squad. So
it's usually a player. We know her defensive presence, the offensive presence, the numbers aren't typically there on a consistent basis offensively. They haven't really needed it very much per se either, but to see her step up that production as well, along with what she provides on defense, it's a big boost. As another shot missed on the inside, it was a good move, just a little too strong on the put-up attempt.
And this is going to be one of the matchups we're going to see, and I'm going to love seeing is the battle between the upperclassmen and the underclassmen, Neufeld and Herrera, how both of them are, you know, intelligent scorers and they're just high IQ players. So the matchup between them is going to be interesting throughout this game.
And Herrera, arguably one of the best ball handlers on this Tonganoxie squad. Good pass, Maslick to Isaacs, just can't finish. Off the glass, it falls off. Loose ball. Baldwin will control.
And Isaacs, that was a nice pass underneath there for Maslak. Just Isaacs couldn't quite finish it there, but you love to see the high IQ play there from Maslak to find Isaacs down low.
There's Neufeld to the far wing and driving in. Riker puts it in the paint, comes up short. Couldn't quite get it all over Schooler as we are moving right along in this first quarter. Under 5 left to go. And a 3-2 score for the Chieftains. They have to get it across the timeline here quick, and they do.
Neufeld really, you know, poking away from Herrera. They're going to call a charge there. Shawnick's in disbelief. I didn't see a charge there either, but.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily the charge. I think that slight extension of the arm, though. She did a little bit with the left arm, trying to get that space. And we've seen the officials as of late. They've been on top of that the past couple of weeks, and it shows right here early in this one. First team foul of the game for Tonganoxie.
And you see Audrey Searle checking in, running right down to the paint across your screen there. She's been one of the more reliable scorers off the bench for this Baldwin squad. So
nobody underneath. Isaac's fighting for it. There's a body underneath. And Audrey Searle, like we mentioned, number 15. Nobody underneath. Try to box her out. Chieftains catch a little bit of a break. She didn't get it and go right back up. Would have been an easy 2 and given the Bulldogs their first lead of the game, but we'll have an inbounds set up for Wright as she gets it in, and a travel called on Reichert. Another turnover forced in this game for Baldwin.
And one of the things this Bulldog squad does so well is the way they're able to run an offense and find the open spaces. I think most teams have struggled to do that there, and, you know, they're going to call a foul there. That's an easy foul, identifiable there. Not a lot of space given to the Chieftains trying to run an inbounds play there, so got to be careful there.
It's also worth noting it's already the third team foul this quarter for Baldwin. 4:15 still left to play. Shawnick double team pressure in. Neufeld trying to knock it loose. It's a jump ball. Quick whistle bailing out the Chieftains there. They'll keep possession as another Bulldog will sub back in. It's Berg, number 13, will come in for Reichert. So it looks like Lila Carlton for the Chieftains has also checked in for Mariah Herrera. Drive in and finish with the right hand for Alyssa Shawnick.
And we love to see that drive from Shawnick, just being aggressive, attacking the basket there. I feel like that's one of the keys that the Chieftains really need to do is just be more aggressive attacking the basket, because Baldwin's paint defense, it hasn't been the greatest, but it's been something that teams have definitely been trying to find to attack.
Squaring the shoulders up, lets it go down. That's right, seeing her first shot, her first three-pointer go down, her second put up in the game. That's got us knotted up at 5, our first tie of the game.
And just a little bit over the head of Carlton there. One of the first options off the bench for the Chieftains. She can do it all. She's one of the more well-rounded players on this Chieftains squad. You don't see her much off the bench, but she's been, you know, one of the players that Loomis loves to rely on if, you know, short of hand on the bench.
Good defense down low. Recovery from Schooler. Falls, as the shot falls short. And Baldwin crowd in the bench as well, calling for a travel there. Not going to get it. Schooler underneath, fouled. Will go to the line for 2. Potential big break there for the Chieftains.
And I'm surprised they didn't whistle that there. I think I saw about every Baldwin parent on the other side, on the close side here, stand up and whistle, want that travel there, but they weren't going to get it.
And their head coach wanted it too. You see him getting a word from the official saying, let's try not to Let's try not to do that. Let's just call me over during the timeouts. I'll try to give you an explanation. But I mean, he was furious. And quite frankly, I don't, can't blame him necessarily. Coach Eric Toot for the Bulldogs. Schooler missing the first attempt, trying to come back on the second, give the Chieftains back the lead, and it rattles home.
Baldwin loves to run this quick offense outside, and then if they can find anything down low, they definitely will, but they love to run, just movement outside. And a nice bank there from Peyton Wright there. Her second three on a third attempt.
A lot of space straight away, banking it in for Wright. The defense crashing in for the Chieftains. Perimeter defense not really there on that one, and they make them pay for it.
And a nice take there from Maslak. Just trying to attack the basket, just a little bit too strong on the glass.
Smith collides with Isaacs. There's the 15th foul of the quarter for the Bulldogs. We're still 2:25 left to play in the first period, down by 2. That could be a big boost for the Chieftains. We'll see how much they can take advantage of it. Second foul of the game for Smith. She will come out for a moment. I believe Neufeld also got checked out as well, and she did.
Beat Neufeld and Bailey Smith, so be Kyan Frost and Emmy Nye to check in for Baldwin. Nice find there underneath by Schoenig to find Schooler. Just couldn't get it off the glass, and then a very costly foul there. Just a straightaway foul. You don't want to do that, and don't be too aggressive if you're the Chieftains.
As for Schoenig, it's going to be her second of the game as well. Coach Loomis still having some words. Not really happy with the call. Schoenig will be forced out of the game early here for the Chieftains. Down by 2, 8-6 at Baldwin, coming in on 2 minutes left to go in the opening quarter.
Loomis is one of those coaches who will stand up for his players if need be. And he's talked to me about it several times before. So I think, having both coaches saying a word about the refereeing tonight, it's, they got to settle down and, let the referees make the call this there. So I think one of the key things is not getting a technical foul too early at the wrong time there.
I remember earlier in this season, it was a home matchup against Christ Prep for these Lady Chieftains here at home, and it was in the first quarter. It was a call that a couple of them again go the way of the Chieftains, and Coach Loomis collected his first tee of the game really early there, and that was kind of set the tone the rest of the game, and they let the Lady Chieftains know, like, hey, our coach, he's willing to fight and go to bat for us this early in the game over that kind of call. They love playing for a guy like that, undoubtedly.
Maslak's going to be called for her first foul.
Reichert finds Wright, drives on the left side, contact, off air, it's shot, pulled in by Schooler.
It's been quite the aggressive game so far, and you love to see the referees kind of just letting it play on a little bit. I mean, they have picked up the whistle here and there, but it's nice to see the referees are letting these girls play and go at it here.
That one. Schooler trying to tip it out to Maslak as she was closing in on it right through her hands, and her empty possession and a turnover for Tonganoxie. Baldwin basketballs. We're closing in on the final minute of the opening quarter. Underneath, crowd of bodies trying to go up strong, and the foul's going to be given to Maslak, and she will now pick up her second.
And both the sophomore phenoms have picked up 2 fouls early on in this quarter. And as the game goes on and, both these teams are competing later on into the game, you're going to want to have those freshman phenoms to be able to do the scoring for you. So,
as for Coach Loomis, too, his bench not notoriously deep. He doesn't like to get too deep into it. Usually runs out at least an 8-9-man rotation on a given night. Already 2 early fouls here for Schoenig and Maslak, the 2 starters. We'll see how they try to go about that later in this game. 0 for 2 on that trip to the line from Reichert. Leaves 2 points on the floor. Under a minute left to go. Chieftains can tie or take the lead on this possession. Herrera drive and a kick out. Lila Carlton, the 3-point threat, gives to Maslak.
I think the Chieftains are just wanting to find a simple offensive possession there. Isaacs is going to get poked from behind there.
I don't know if Riker got a piece of that or not. Here she is with it right now on the left side. One hand sling over, extra pass to the right elbow. Berg dribbles in and a kick out. Under 30 seconds left to go till quarter end.
A nice tip there from Mariah. Just a nice job by Nye to scramble back on that one.
And the 3 ball goes down. I was just calling him. He's got a long 2. There we'll go. 10-6 ball game, final seconds. Thrown away by Herrera. And good if it goes. It's going to be short and off to the left. A little bit of a staggering end to that first quarter for the Chieftains. Down by 4 as we head to the second here. You're watching Chieftain basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. We go to the start of the second quarter here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Dylan Funk alongside Brendan Bolin, a 10-6 lead early for the Bulldogs. It was a great start to the quarter for the Chieftains. Bulldogs finishing strong, able to hold a 4-point advantage right now.
Right, just knocked down her shot upper for 3. So far, 50% on the night for her. So interesting to see that she's still going to try and shoot the 3 ball, which, you know, I've seen her in several games, whether it be against Paola or against here. If she has the space, she's going to shoot that 3 ball, and I think at the percentage she's at right now, I don't think the Chieftains are too worried about letting her have those shots because they haven't been able to knock it down consistently.
And you got a sharp shooter like that. If she can get hot and stay hot, you don't want her confidence to dip early. Good to let her try to keep firing away. Reichard, they kick out. Berg, shot is up, does not go. Rebound pulled in by Shanik. That last shot actually put up by Searle, number 15.
Like if you're the Chieftains, you want to slow the tempo down to start the quarter. You don't want to play too fast and play too hurried, although Baldwin's been pretty aggressive here early on their offensive possessions. You're down 4 and you have plenty of time to try and format a comeback. So I think slowing down the tempo and not playing so hurried and quick is the key for this Chieftains team so far to start this quarter.
So talk about some potential foul trouble here for the Bulldogs. That's a 3rd on Smith. In that 5 spot in the starting lineup, she will head out and presumably will probably be done for this first half. Running a late substitution when under maybe a minute left to go. Fouls piled up early for the Bulldogs in that first quarter. Put the Chieftains in the bonus. As Mazak will get called for the travel there.
And I like her idea of getting the pump fake. She got that player to jump there initially, but just didn't see the vision on the second attempt there, trying to put it up, but she's going to be called for the travel there. Chieftains have been doing so good on just trying to find the open space, but just haven't been able to knock down those shots in open space.
Credit to this Tongi defense, too, making things hard on the Baldwin shooters. Nothing has come easy for them in this game. Very easy either.
And I think it's one of the reasons why it's been so low scoring. Both these defenses have really been going to work so far, and Schooler's going to be called for a foul there.
Just getting a little out of position, trying to go over the back on that one, picks up her first foul of the game. Each team with one team foul apiece so far here in the second quarter. And count the bucket on the drive-in, splitting defenders. That's
Shea Griffith.
Shea Griffith, number 1. That's back-to-back quick fouls picked up by Addie Schooler. So she has 2, and Shawnick and Maslak with 2 as well. All 3 of them still currently out there on the floor. I don't see anyone getting up off the bench. Or Coach Loomis. They'll keep him out there, but we might, if they call it out on her, it's going to be her 3rd. And I think it is. Mariah Sneed's coming up. That's the 3 fouls picked up in under a minute of game time. So Mariah Sneed will check in, and Addie Schooler will head out.
And that's the second bench player. You know, you've seen Carleton the whole first quarter. I think Loomis is just waiting for the right opportunity to put in another player off his bench. And a nice steal there from Shawnick.
Nothing new. Shawnick with the quick hands, getting the steal, gives it to the right side to Maslak, trying to go up strong with it. Jump ball is the initial call. Griffith was the one that got her hands in there. We'll keep it down here with the Chieftains now down by 6. Last had the lead at 5-2, been outscored 10-1 since that point in the first quarter. Shawnick will try to break it. 3 ball on the way. A little short, just barely grazes the rim, and a rebound pulled underneath by Berg.
Another tip there from Shawnick. Just can't beat Berg to the ball there, but Chieftains have been playing stellar defense so far to start this quarter, and Shawnick's been quite the pest so far defensively.
And still playing aggressive, even with the 2 fouls she picked up early. Another shot put up and missed by Riker underneath. Good defense underneath by Sneed. And we'll have a timeout taken by Coach Loomis. His team down by 6, 5 minutes, 21 seconds left to go in the second quarter. First game of our doubleheader between the Chieftains and the Bulldogs here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
We'll see what Coach Loomis tried to draw up during that full timeout he took, his first of the game. His team down by 6, 12-6. 5:21 still left to play in the second quarter. Offense started out pretty hot. It was the first 3 ball of the game that went down from Mariah Herrera, got the scoring started, and a field goal for Alyssa Shawnick. Can't quite bank that one in. Tipped out. It'll stay down here with the Chieftains. And ever since then, it was a 5-2 ball game, and it's been all Bulldogs right now, currently in the middle of a 10-1 run. As the Chieftains trying to put an end to that here, and even with it feels like all things necessarily have been going wrong as of the past few minutes here into the second quarter for Tongi. Still only a 6-point ball game. They've been doing great defensively, just need to get it going on offense.
And I think one of those things that needs to happen is just, you know, they've been using the glass really well and really, you know, to their advantage, but they've just been going so strong off of it. And Baldwin's been doing a nice job forcing the turnovers, hence why it's such a low-scoring game. So I think with the Chieftains, they're still doing a great job just finding the open passes. I think if they're just a little, you know, less aggressive on the glass there, not forcing it too much there, as it's going to ricochet off there, I think it'll work out in the end for the Chieftains and put up some more points there. But the Chieftains, I don't think they're definitely lost. I think it's just they got to find the right thing to put it together.
After making their first from downtown, they've been 0 for 4 since, and a foul underneath by Sneed, trying to battle for that loose ball. I think the thing that stood out to me the most is a lot of the 50-50 balls, the balls that have been put on the ground so far in this game, the Chieftains, they've been the ones that have been diving on it compared to the ones trying to just bend over and pick them up, and that's a big advantage in this sport.
And when you're so aggressive on trying to win those balls, it's going to be one of the better reasons that you're able to go down the court and score.
That shot a little too strong from Newfield. 3 straight misses now from downtown for the Bulldogs, still up by 6.
And the perimeter shots, they've only made 2 so far out of the 5 they've attempted. And Shonick, she's able to erase the narrative on the other side for the Chieftains there. So
big one for her, first of the game. She's got 5, leading scorer for Tonganoxie.
Isaacs is going to be rung up for a foul here.
So just like Baldwin put Tongi in the bonus about halfway through the first, Chieftains do the same for the Bulldogs here in the second. 4:01 still left to play. 5th team foul just picked up. The bonus rest of the way. Good news for Tongi so far. The Bulldogs are 0 for 4 at the line.
And that's kind of one of the reasons they still have yet to score here in the past few minutes, is they just cannot knock down those free throws. And I just cursed them there as Griffith makes the first for the Bulldogs, 1 of 5 on the night for them.
Now it looks like we're going to see some full court pressure from Baldwin. Tongi, in past years, they've really struggled with it. This year, they've done much better. As Bulldogs quickly retreat back to the other end of the floor. Shonick brings across the timeline, drives right on Newfield, and is fouled on the shot attempt. So Shonick will make her first trip to the line of the game for Tonganoxie in the second total.
And they've kind of shied away. They've kind of shied away from it towards the end of the first quarter, and now starting midway through the second quarter, they've started attacking the glass again. And I think that's the right approach that Loomis needs his girls to do, is just to be more aggressive attacking the glass, whether it be through contact or its open spaces.
14-9.
And Sneed's going to be the one to push back.
Trying to bring back a 1-possession game at the line for Alyssa Shonick. Missing on the front end, second one on the way, and good.
And if you're the nice defense there from Herrera to tip that one out. They saw Wright in the left corner just camping there, waiting to have that open perimeter shot there, but it was a nice read there from Herrera to be able to read that and poke it away and force Baldwin to inbound this.
Quick and active with the hands tonight, or this Tonganoxie defense still battling, only down by 3. Another one, that's Shonick again.
And I think the reason the Chieftains are not, wanting to go with the full court press just yet is because they've been doing so good on their side of the court playing defense and forcing Baldwin to take the perimeter shot. So if I'm Coach Loomis, I'd still be happy with the game plan of not trying to put the full court pressure on, but just forcing Baldwin to force those outside shots.
That was a great drive by Shonick. Just can't finish with the right hand on the left side. Over jumping the pass is Maslak still on the floor. Now a drive in, put up with the right hand is left short. Right 3 ball on the way, does not go. Third chance here for the Bulldogs, but it's put on the floor. It's ricocheted off a sneaker, and the Chieftains catch another break.
Nice find there. See what Isaacs does with it. And she's going to go to the line now.
Will be on Berg, number 13. As I believe that is the...
Ben had a miscue there.
A little bit. 14th foul of the quarter for the Bulldogs. First of the game on Berg. Big free throws away from Isaacs as the first one doesn't go.
And Chieftains will send everybody back now. Isaacs can't knock down that second one.
2 of 6 on the night for Tongi, and only...
I think another reason why they're so hesitant to put that full court press out is you have Baldwin in the bonus, so any foul committed, it's going to send them to the line. And if you're trusting yourself on your end of the court to play some stellar defense like they have.
Johnny, good pivot and the finish. Just like that, 1 point ball game.
Coach Toot wants a full timeout here.
Defense turning in the offense for the Chieftains. Shonick knocking it loose, taking it back the other way, collects the bucket on the other end, has her team back within one. You're watching Lady Chieftain basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
What's up, guys? I'm Brendan Baldwin, and this is T-Town Talk.
Gets the snap from Fisher, fakes a handoff Bruisen. Looks right, deep ball, lofting into the end zone. It's caught! Touchdown, Chieftains! Here comes Maslak down the court, dribbling on Springer. Kicks it at the Shonick, pops a three from the right corner, gets it to go! Back up top to Zakai Glover. Feeds it inside to Carlton. Nice power dribble underneath and gets it to go. Join me every Friday at 7 a.m. for your exclusive Chieftain Sports News and more on our exclusive home on Spotify.
Just now. Hearing that, too. 2 minutes left to go. We do want to retract in the pregame show. Mentioned that Royal Valley got the win over Baldwin. Baldwin, in fact, did get the win over Royal Valley.
And that's why you should never trust Max Preps.
That's a prime reason. It's happened to the best of us. It's all good. Apologize to all the Baldwin fans tuning in tonight. A simulcast tonight.
Turnover there.
I got that marked as the 7th turnover this game for Baldwin. 1 minute, 58 seconds to go till we hit the halftime locker room. Good inbounds right in the hands of Shonick. 1-on-1 on the defender, trying to back down the baseline. A kick out, finds in the hands of Maslak. Drives down the right side, trying to split defenders, lost it. And rebound collected by Berg near the baseline.
Maslak was hoping for a foul there. Just couldn't get it there, and now Nye tries to force up a shot, and it does not go for Baldwin either. And now a miscommunication there on the other end, and a foul on Maslak. That's going to be number 3 for her.
Yeah, and that's one that's, if you're Coach Loomis, we know when he gets really, really going, that face can get a nice crimson shade on it, and that's not going to help matters there. The forced pass over the hands. Maslak going in with the frustration foul, and the Baldwin being in the bonus are going to go to the free throw line. A minute and a half still, trying to give some extra cushion to this 1 point lead they have.
And it's also Maslak's 3rd foul. It's the second Chieftain with 3 fouls joining Schooler.
Well, Thornton into the game for Tonganoxie.
Kayla Thornton, a 5'2 junior, now will check in for the first time. And some early foul trouble here for Coach Loomis. We'll see how they address that. Coming out of the halftime locker room as Wright knocks down both her attempts at the line.
I'll kind of go more in depth on it at halftime. This is going to be one of the must wins for the Chieftains to try and stay within playoff contention, as they're going to have to battle the Palo Panthers for that last spot, as Palo's playing Spring Hill, hence why I'm here. It'll be a simulcast on Spring Hill Sports Live end. Happy to be here with you, Dylan, on tonight. So
happy you're here. Always a great time to work with you. That Spring Hill team led by Cindy Busher, picking up the win last time out against these Tonganoxie Chieftains out here on the floor. As for Tonga, you look at that schedule as Isaacs collects her own rebound. Put back doesn't go. Sneed underneath, providing some good minutes off the bench. And she will go to the line. She's been doing great in the post position on offense and on defense. You had mentioned that, and that's a perfect way to describe it. It's a must-win tonight if you're Tonganoxie, because you got Paola coming up this Friday night. You can tell us more about the Lady Panthers coming up a little bit at halftime and later on. But then also you turn around and a week from tonight, you're on the road at Ottawa, as they have a great talented squad there. So this is the time to come in and try to strike while the iron's hot, as you're now within 2 points of Baldwin. This is almost exact opposite of what happened in the first matchup between these two squads. It was a 19-0 run to start the game for Baldwin. They just put Tonga out of the game quick, fast, and in a hurry. Tonight, though, as that free throw now makes it a 1-point game. The first 2 points from Mariah Sneed has the Chieftains within 15-14. Low-scoring affair as we approach the final minute of the first half.
And I think you can credit, the Chieftains, just hustle in the way they've been playing this game so far in this first half. They've kind of understood that Baldwin, they love to run the fast-passing offense up high and then find the options down low. So I think if you're the Chieftains and you scouted this well watching film and then knowing into this game that you have to win in order to try and get a playoff spot here, the final one, if you're going to play the Fort Scott Lady Tigers, then it's a must-win, and you have to be able to keep your composure and try and come out here with a win against this very aggressive and tough Baldwin Bulldogs team.
And Chieftains might catch a break here, as it was Thornton and Reichert both were going for it. Reichert trying to save it and ends up sending it to the other baseline. So Chieftains will keep possession. 27.1 seconds till halftime. And a chance for the bucket here could potentially take the lead into the locker room with them. Thornton on the inbound, able to find it to Shonick.
From the Chieftains, I'm going to hold this one till the last second. It's a one-possession game. I don't think you need to do too much. Baldwin's been showing they want to knock down a three-pointer at some point, and that's not the game plan I was hoping for there. But
turnover number 6 for the Chieftains. Great recovery on defense. Isaacs, good hustle down the floor to get a fingertip on that one. 7.1 seconds remain for the Bulldogs. Unless, barring a turnover, they will have the final shot here before halftime.
Now for the Chieftains, you have Chloe Hendrickson checking in.
It's into Reichert. Extra pass out. 3 ball is on the way. Does not go. Gets a rebound. Good if it goes, and it does not. Good effort from Reichert, though. As the Chieftains go into the halftime locker room down by 1, 15-14 to the Baldwin Bulldogs, trying to get some revenge off loss that the Bulldogs gave them back on the final game before the holiday break back in mid-December. We're going to step aside here. The White Birch Property Realty Executives Halftime Show is up next here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West Campus or go to tongirec.org.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Transform the look and feel of your home with the perfect flooring from Midwest Carpet Center in downtown Tonganoxie. Discover a world of exquisite carpets, stunning hardwoods, and luxurious vinyl. With over 20 years of trusted service, they are your local flooring experts. And they're so much more than just carpet. Shop a variety of styles from quality brands like Shaw, Anderson Tuftex, Hortec, and so much more. From cozy living rooms to elegant bedrooms, sleek kitchens to stunning baths, you'll find it all at Midwest Carpet Center. Explore online at MidwestCarpetCenter.com.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
And welcome back in here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance. At Kansas Insurance, they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, give them a call at 913-369-6600 as we come along into the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show. At White Birch Properties, you have a team of agents ready to help you buy or sell that next house and lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007. Low scoring affair in this one through two quarters. 15-14 Bulldogs over the Chieftains here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Dylan Funk alongside Brendan Bolin here at halftime. Shawnick leading scorer for the Chieftains with 8 so far. Herrera start the game off with the 3 ball. She's got 3. Addie Schooler, 1 of 2 at the free throw line. She has 1 point. And Mariah Snee coming off the bench has got 2 points, both of them at the free throw line. And right on the other end for Baldwin, number 22, leading the way with 8. So her and Shawnick currently tied for leading scorers in this game. And outside of that, you got 3 from Griffith and 2 from Berg, 2 from Reichert, and that is it for the Bulldogs. 15-14 score. And Brendan, just some early takeaways here. What you saw there in that first half, we had mentioned that it was crucial for the Chieftains to come in here and try to avoid that slow start as much as they could. And I believe if you look offensively and defensively, they did just that tonight. And you can start on either side of the floor. It doesn't matter with me. We'll follow your lead. But so far, it's a great start after the first half for the Chieftains.
And I think one of the bigger things that you can take away is they've been so good defensively, hence why it's only a 15-14 affair so far in this one. I think defensively the Chieftains have done really well to just try and pry away any ball they see and, letting Baldwin shoot from the outside, which they've been capable of doing so, but tonight they haven't had the hot hands so far. So if you're the Baldwin Bulldogs, maybe you need to start knocking down more shots in the second half or being more selective. But the Chieftains offensively, they just haven't been able to get things going. You saw there a little bit at the end, they started going to the rack and getting the fouls called on them and then getting shots at the free throw line. They've so far 50% at the line so far, 4 of 8. So if you're the Chieftains, you want to keep that game plan, but also knowing that you need to be a little softer on the glass, as there's been a lot of times where they went up off the glass and it just ricocheted right off, or it was just the bad angle. So I think being more careful on the glass and also staying out of foul trouble. You have 2 players in foul trouble, as in Emerson Maslak and Addie Schooler. Addie Schooler fouling out, or not fouling out, but getting those 3 fouls in the first quarter, and then Emerson getting it midway in the second quarter. So being more careful and, keeping that aggression, but not being in so much trouble there to start the second half is the keys that the Chieftains need to do in order to stay in this one.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, when Schooler picked up 3 fouls, she got brought out early. 3 fouls in the first half, that's pretty much like fouling out. You're done for the first half. We'll see you again in the third quarter, and Maslak picked him up. The thing for Schooler is that she had none, and it was in the second quarter, and it was just like bang, bang, bang. I mean, it was literally under a minute in game time. She picked up 3 really, really quick. But I got to tell you, out of all the players for Tonganoxie this one, Mariah Sneed, I don't think, a little bit of an unsung hero in that first half. Very limited minutes so far this season. She comes in a big spot. Her team needs her, providing that good size down low on the post. Doing great defensively, making things tough. When the Bulldogs are driving in, she is right there, right on top of them, making it really, really hard, forcing them to put up some what usually are high percentage shots, but good to her defense, making them not so high percentage so far tonight. On the offensive end, like we said, she did good driving and attacking in. She earned 2 points at the free throw line. So it'll be interesting to see for Coach Loomis with how well Mariah Sneed has been playing. I imagine he's going to come out. I imagine the starting five will be back out there, including Schooler and including Maslak. But I think it's ensuring for him to know that if Schooler does happen to pick up that fourth or whatever, he knows that 42 coming off the bench, she's going to be ready to go. She had a great first half.
Absolutely, and I think Loomis may have to go deeper into his bench. You saw Lila Carlson was the only sub in the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, they pulled out Kayla Thornton with like a few minutes left. And then they also had Mariah Sneed, like I mentioned, come off the bench and have a really nice first half. Only having 2 points, but like you mentioned, she's been everywhere defensively and has been one of the better rebounding players for this squad. So I think giving her more minutes in the second half with what she's done so far for this Lady Chieftains squad, being the unsung hero she's been, it's going to be really beneficial to know that Loomis is still going to have the size regardless if Schooler fouls out or not. And if Schooler needs a break, he's got Mariah Herrera to pull off. So
undoubtedly, both Tongi 50% from the line, 4 of 8 tonight, 3 of 7 for 42.8% for the Bulldogs. From downtown, 2 of 6 for the Chieftains, 33% clip. And for Baldwin, 2 of 8, both of those belonging to Peyton Wright, the 5'10 freshman, but haven't knocked them down since. They went on a stretch of missing their next 6, 2 of 8, good for 25% on the night for the Bulldogs. We'll see if they try to mix it up a little bit, try to attack, get those high percentage shots going down. And you've been watching the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show, and our first half breakdown and analysis tonight was brought to you by the Tonganoxie Public Library, as they are proud to serve the community and helping to provide exceptional community events for children and families through excellence, inclusion, persistence, and collaboration. Learn more at their website, TonganoxieLibrary.org. Second half action next here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus or go to tongirec.org.
Bulldogs open up the third quarter with the basketball with a 1-point lead, 15-14. Both offenses trying to get clicking here in the second half. We'll see Riker put up a shot, no good. Another decent look down low, but a second chance opportunity. This is Neufeld through multiple defenders, high off the glass. That one doesn't go. And rebound pulled in by Shawnick, knocked loose in front of the Baldwin bench. I got to tell you, that's a quick whistle for a jump ball. It's possession arrow for Tongi anyways, but and both teams have not been afraid to get the hand in there on defense, knocking the ball loose, getting down on the floor for the 50-50 balls. It's been a tight contest. This is what you think of if you look up in the dictionary, Frontier League basketball. This is what's going to pop up.
And it's one of those leagues where there's some nights where it's, a blowout scoring affair, but most of the games that I've seen so far this season from Frontier League opponents is tight scoring, hard-nosed basketball, and we're seeing that right now in front of our very eyes as Baldwin's still trying to keep on their winning ways, while the Chieftains, they're fighting for more than just a win. They're fighting for a playoff spot here we're talking about. So I think knowing what's at stake and also knowing that Baldwin's going to be that aggressive team that they've always been, it's going to be very interesting to see how this one will wrap up here.
And the near court thought about taking the three. Will hold off. Riker now has it. Going to drive baseline in on Schooler. Got to be careful with those 3 fouls. Went through the legs of Scrapper at first. Now she puts a 3 ball up. Does not go. Rebound underneath. Berg knocked loose. And it'll stay down here with the Bulldogs. Rightfully called by the official. We've been talking a lot. You can go to Keisha and you can look up the boys and girls basketball standings, and you just go to 4A. And for the 4A girls, like I said, if you're the 2 teams at the bottom, you will not qualify for the postseason. Currently, it's El Dorado at the bottom, their overall record of 0-16, and right above them is Tonganoxie. These Lady Chieftains at 3-14, and right above them, like you had mentioned, Paola 3-13. We'll see how they do tonight against Spring Hill. And this is what's so crucial is that if Tongi can get the win here tonight, then you could go into Friday night and you're feeling really, really confident that if you get the win there, you could potentially punch your ticket into the postseason. As that 3 ball for Shawnick doesn't go. Schooler again off the boards and a good put back on the left side.
And that's one of the things the Chieftains have not been doing the greatest on tonight is getting those second chance boards and starting off the second half like that with Addie Schooler now back into the game and now getting that rebound there on defense.
Chieftains back with the lead, their first lead since it was 5-2 in the first quarter, only our second lead change.
For the Chieftains, you want to play with a more controlled and steady tempo. You don't want to force anything up. That's going to be a bad shot, so.
That's the 10th turnover of the game now for Tongi. Good extra pass. Neufeld is fouled and count the bucket. She shows off the energy. The good give from Reichard. Bulldogs coming back in transition.
And that's her first basket of the game. And now Maslak's down to 4 fouls. And if you're the Chieftains, you're in a very tight spot here as Loomis will send Sneed and Maslak into the game. So now if you're Maslak, it's definitely interesting to see how she's going to come back into the game on a limited basis now, having 4 fouls. And she's been very aggressive this season. And with her being in that situation she's in now, it's definitely not the best situation you want to be in if you're Coach Loomis.
No, definitely not. So we saw Carlton check in as well as Sneed. We also had Wright check in at the same time for Baldwin. Shawnick trying to cut into the lane, pivoting around, finds Carlton down the arc. Gonna drive right, gonna go baseline in on right, feeling the trap, throws a bad pass in, taken away. Neufeld coming down the way with it, could be an easy 2, and that's gonna be the 4th of the game on Schooler now. I think Coach Loomis, is furious on the bench. I think there, if you're Schooler, you gotta be aware if you're 3 fouls, and maybe you're just content with letting Neufeld cash it in there, take your punch, and move on. But instead, she will not have to come out of the game. That's her and Maslak, each with 14 fouls, and Loomis is a good coaching point for his young freshman. She comes off and back to the bench. Sage Isaacs back in for the Chieftains.
I would have let Neufeld take in that easy layup, knowing you still have 3 fouls and you're not in foul trouble. But now you're in a tight spot to where if you're Coach Loomis, you have 2 of your starters on the bench with 4 fouls and having to rely on Mariah Sneed, which she's been an unsung hero so far. She gets that rebound there. And Lila Carlton, you don't go very often on your bench, and Coach Loomis is going to need to take a timeout to talk things over.
Back down by 3 are the Chieftains, 19-16 to the Baldwin Bulldogs. Just a little over 5 minutes left to play in the third period. A picture-in-picture timeout here brought to you by Brothers Market.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Just only a 30-second timeout taken by the Chieftains. Baldwin back in front, 19-16. Dylan Funk alongside Brendan Bolin, tight back and forth. Frontier League action here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. And if you're watching on Baldwin Sports Live, I want to welcome in all of our Baldwin Bulldog fans watching and tuning in for tonight's simulcast. This one off the sneaker of Carlton, another turnover for the Chieftains.
And here comes Baldwin to push the pace.
Right with the left side, does not go. And Sneed batting it around, eventually controlled by Herrera. Now it's with Shawnick. Backing down, puts up fadeaway shot. That one goes, gets a courtesy bounce off that back iron. Falling right back down. It's a 1-point ball game yet again.
If I'm the Chieftains, I may have to rely on Alyssa Shawnick to carry the weight, and I think, maybe the likes of Sage Isaacs needs to step up, and also Mariah Herrera. We haven't seen her with the ball much at all in this game since she hit the three-pointer to start the game, and now a costly and forced pass there as her and Shonik weren't on the same page there. I think if you're the Chieftains, you've got to tighten down and let the senior leadership carry this one, but also letting one of your best sophomore phenoms, Alyssa Shonik, try and carry the weight here, as she's been quite a scoring presence. She leads the team with 10 points so far in this one.
Nothing but net from downtown for Wright. So all three from downtown for the Bulldogs belong to her. She now is leading all scorers with 11. Isaac's kick out to Shonik, going to try to drive in. And again, kick out to the near corner. Carlton will let a free fly, a little too strong. And Snead couldn't bring it down in the low post. Here come the Bulldogs back the other way. Full head of steam is Reichert. Kick out, Wright trying to go back to back. She does! Looked good as soon as it left her hand. Beautiful stroke.
I'd want to start guarding Peyton right now. She's getting hot. 2 straight three-pointers, and now Baldwin's being more aggressive on defense there, and Neufeld's going to be called for a foul. It's her third. So maybe if you can get Chloe Neufeld to foul out of this game, maybe you're in good hands taking one of Baldwin's best scorers out of this game, as she's starting to find her groove as she scored her first 4 points in this quarter.
And all of them getting out in transition as well and going to the free throw line. She'll get checked out. Griffith will come in for her as she now just takes away the pass on the inbound. Shonik, tight defense, is forcing it out of her. She was making her walk the tightrope on that far baseline. Chieftains desperate need of a bucket here to try to stop the bleeding of this third quarter. It's been a Baldwin eruption here inside Chieftain Arena. So we got another substitution. Searle, number 15, will check in for Berg.
I think Baldwin's just been reading Carlton's passes very well so far. She's been a very solid player.
Shonik, 3-ball, too strong. Herrera trying to save it, but can't quite do it. Searle is there to control. Poked loose. It's still Bulldog basketball.
A nice pressure situation there from Mariah Herrera. Forcing Searle to throw it in, and Baldwin to try and reset themselves here.
Again, Chieftains retook the lead 16-15 and have been outscored 10-2 again. Eerily similar to the run the Bulldogs went on in the first half to take the lead. Walking with it before she put that shot up was Griffith.
I think one of the things that is going to hurt Baldwin is not having Neufeld, who's normally the one to run the floor for this Bulldogs team, in which they're now going to put a full court press here on the Chieftains, try and force the Chieftains to give some more turnovers up. They have 5 to start this third quarter.
And then double digits in the game as well. Shonik gets past Griffith. Right hand floater is good.
Shonik's now starting to try and not shy away from driving into the paint. The dribble drive's been very effective for the Chieftains throughout this game. And I think they need to start resorting back to it to try and get a run back in this one.
That's the vast majority of the game so far this season for Tonganoxie. Good things tend to happen when they try to drive in and get aggressive inside the paint. Right doing that here, saved by Griffith into the hands of Mariah Herrera.
From the Chieftains, I'm slowing the tempo here. Not trying to force anything. Just try and run an offense. Try and get some quick points here.
Shonik trying to do it all herself. Hung up there, but does not fall. Ends up taking it away from Reichert.
They're going to call a foul on Reichert, I believe. They will indeed.
Just the relentless motor on Alyssa Shonik going in, getting her own miss. It was firmly in the hands of Reichert. She had it dead to rights, and Shonik getting in there, both hands on the basketball. And after picking up those 2 fouls early in the first half, she has not shied away. She has played her style of basketball.
And that's what the Chieftains desperately need if they want to get right back to staying with the Bulldogs, is if you have Alyssa Shonik to have that high motor for you. and not be the one to shy down from driving into the paint.
He's the leading scorer for him with 12. Well over just half the points belonging to her. This one poke from Herrera. He'll stay with the Chieftains. That's Smith, number 32. She picked up 3 fouls early in that first half.
We've got a senior-on-senior matchup here now that Neufeld's not there to guard Herrera now. Herrera with the travel there. She tried to throw it off the sneaker of Smith to force an inbound for the Chieftains.
Now as for Carlton, it was one of the best looks that she had to get on the inbounds. It was a tough position for Herrera, catching it right in front of the Tongi bench. 2 defenders breathing down her neck. Right there on the baseline is a little bit of no man's land there for Herrera. 14th turnover of the game for the Chieftains. Still down by 5. Reichert will drive in from the near corner. Stops. Defense closing in as she walked with it.
Back-to-back turnovers for both teams.
Now Emerson Maslak will check back into the game. Remember, she's got to play real careful. One more foul for her. She will foul out with 4 personal. Coming in, Addie Schooler still on the bench for the Chieftains. 5-point contest, 25-20, and another errant pass on the inbounds for Tongi. And fortunately for them, Bulldogs give it right back, trying to work it down low to Scraper. Scraper,
yeah.
Scraper. My apologies.
Baldwin's just been using that full court press to their advantage, but they're still not getting the basketball right into the net there.
Well, if you're Tonganoxie right now, you're looking at the turnovers and the way that Baldwin's been able to get back into easy looks they've had on them. You are very fortunate. This is only a 5-point contest. Maslak on the drive with the right hand, can't finish. Sneed almost knocking it loose, but it's controlled.
Just get back on defense, and Baldwin's going to probably save for that last shot. It's probably going to go in the hands of Bailey Smith or maybe Samantha Scraper, but for that, Eric Toots going to call a 30-second timeout and substitute in Neufeld and Wright. So now you have the better shooters for Baldwin to come in and take the last shot when we come back here from break.
Just a 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and keep you here for a moment. Like full timeout, I guess we'll go ahead. We'll take it with them. Both teams will get a chance to sit down. Let's pay some of our bills. You're watching Chieftain Basketball here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Thinking about starting your next outdoor home project? Be sure to call 811 before you dig. After calling 811, wait a few days for utilities to mark your yard with paint or flags to avoid unintentionally hitting a utility line. Hitting a buried line can disrupt service in your area, cost money to repair, or cause serious injury. Southern Star asks you to help protect our community. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
Baldwin a 5-point lead over Tonganoxie, 23.7 seconds. As you mentioned, for that timeout, Neufeld and Wright checked back in for the Bulldogs as they're looking to capitalize on a potential final possession before we head to the 4th and final quarter of action here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Now under 15 on the clock.
I imagine they're going to run a play to get either any one of their guards to, yep, there it is, the
Hands
three.
to Wright, straight away, had a good look. That one doesn't go. She's knocked down 4 early in the game. Final chance for the Chieftains. Good if it goes. Shonik! Would have been.
Knew she almost had that too.
Would have been an exclamation mark to close out that third quarter. Both offenses waking up a little bit. Baldwin still a 5-point lead over the Chieftains, 25-20. 4th and final quarter. Game 1 of our doubleheader coming up next on Tongi Sports Live.
I was just wondering.
Enter query.
Should I use a robot?
Vacuum?
No. Are
robots taking over the world? Yes.
Never mind.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Unlike a robo-advisor, we can put together a personalized plan.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
When it comes to rehabilitation, despite what you're told, you can choose where you want to go. Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie is independently owned, allowing them to work with all doctors and your insurance to ensure a smooth transition, especially from a knee or hip replacement. Choose from one of their highly qualified physical therapists for an individualized plan of care to achieve long-term health benefits. Contact Physical Therapy Solutions today and let them help you. Go to ptsolutions.ks.com for more information.
Or a lot of them.
Fourth quarter, Wright driving in, puts it up with the left hand. It goes 16 on the night for her, extends the lead to 7, 27-20. Over the Chieftains, Baldwin looking to complete the regular season sweep. Over the Chieftains, got a better of them back in December.
Nice take there from Shawnick. And I feel like once she saw that open room driving in, you knew her eyes had to have lit up, and she wanted to take that opportunity. And Addie Schooler's back in the game now, as both the Chieftains, who have 4 fouls, Loomis is going to give them probably the opportunity to prove themselves, but he says, hey, if you foul out, you foul out. I think he's going to trust his bench, knowing if it comes to that situation, Wright's going to knock down another 3, number 5 for her on the night.
Yeah, if there's been a 3-ball going down for Baldwin, it has been courtesy of Peyton Wright.
And they're going to say Herrera walked with it.
Back up to an 8-point contest. Do want to remind everybody here at the conclusion of this game, we will have the coverage of senior night tonight for all the band members and powerlifting teams. So that'll be taking place in between the boys and girls game right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Another kick out, another 3. This time it's for Smith. Doesn't go. Another offensive board. Reichard up strong, and if that's on Schooler, she's done for the night.
Waiting to see it.
It's going to give to Herrera instead. Both of them are in the area. It's just a question of, was that it for Schooler, or the second of the game for Herrera? It's the latter.
Schooler had to have taken a deep breath there, knowing it wasn't on her.
Mm-hmm. Well, for Coach Loomis, too, waiting over there on the bench to wait to see what the official call is. After shooting 42% in that first half, I said the Bulldogs have made 3 of the last 4 as they throw that one away, give it back to the Chieftains.
If you're the Chieftains, just find a way to limit the amount of pressure that Baldwin's been giving you and find a way around it. Now there's Maslack in a trap, and she managed to get it off of Reichard there.
Went off Reichard and went off her coach. It's almost catching Loomis in the chops a little bit.
Like Loomis is a baseball coach, so he's probably going to have those quick reactions there.
He did. Got enough of it with his chest and shoulder. Lighten the blow. Maslack 3 on the way. Almost wedges in. It falls down for the rebound for Berg. Up the floor we go for the Bulldogs. Smith trying to fit it into Wright. Deflected, but still has it out to Neufeld. Her ball doesn't go. Driving in with the right hand.
And it deflected off the hand of Isaacs, not intentionally, but she just had her arm extended out to where it just popped right into the hands of Wright and then forcing it out to Neufeld. But now Loomis wants a timeout here.
Full one. His team down big here. 31-22, approaching 6 minutes left to go in the game on Tongi Sports Live.
Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active. For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
Largest lead in the game for the Bulldogs at 9, 31-22 over the Chieftains. Double team on Shawnick, puts the ball in the air, knocked loose, and another turnover forced by this Baldwin defense. Coming back the other way now, Wright with the kick out. Trying to go to Riker, defense closing in, Wright open here in the near corner, not looking that way. That shot doesn't go for Berg underneath. And if you're Peyton Wright, you're sitting there in this near corner, nobody near you, 3 defenders down low around the ball. You're thinking, I've made 5 of them so far. Let me go, give it to me, and let's see what happens. Doesn't end up working. Maslak's 3 on the other end. That one doesn't go.
And I think one of the things that Baldwin's changed defensively is I think they're starting to now face guard Alyssa Shawnick, and whenever she has the ball, forcing her in a trap on the near sideline there. So interesting tactic to see that they're realizing that Shawnick's going to put up most of the work for the Chieftains. And Neufeld there finds a 3.
And the first 3 of the game that is made outside of somebody other than Peyton Wright for the Bulldogs.
That's a great tactic from the Bulldogs to force Alyssa Shawnick to try and either find somebody else or turn it over as Bailey Smith's working on her. Done such a nice job to face guard her as now it's 10 turnovers in this second half for the Chieftains.
3-on-1 in transition, easy open bucket for Smith for the 5 starters now in scoring figures for Baldwin. It's easy when you look at the stat sheet for Tongi. 14 of the 22 points belong to her, so it makes a lot of sense. You shut her down, you get her flustered, and take her out of the equation. You're going to shut down the Chieftains, and that's exactly what has happened. The lead is now up to 14 points, 4.5 minutes left to go in regulation as Wright will get checked out along with Reichard for Baldwin. And we had Maslak also come off on that last time out for the Chieftains. Herrera, late kick out to Carlton, likes to go to Isaac. She attacks on the right side and is fouled. And the first trip to the free throw line of the half for Tonganoxie. Had 4 in the first half and shot 50%. Second trip for Sage went 0 for 2 on her first time up. Needham here down by 14. First one rattles in and out.
School's going to go to the bench now as Sneed checks in. And I think one of the things that I should recognize about Baldwin is both their girls and guys teams are really good second half teams. And most of their scoring comes in the second half alone. And you'll especially see it in the guys. We'll talk about them more after this one, but just a phenomenal second half from Baldwin's girls, finding the ways that the Chieftains have been able to score and play defense and maneuvering around it. So an interesting what the referee's called there. They're going to call foul on Smith, and that's number 4 for her. So the first Bulldog in real foul trouble here.
So outside that, you got Neufeld with 3, and that's it. Nobody else has very many. Bulldogs still bringing the full court pressure. And the Baldwin faithful made the trip here to Chieftain Arena, letting the officials know it. Let's see, set it up, posted up here on the visiting side of the gym here. Shawnick, 3 ball, doesn't go. He's able to get space from the defender, Nye. Left it well short. Don't see that too often from Alyssa Shawnick. Catch and shoot. That one too strong. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Mariah Sneed. It'll stay down here with Baldwin. 3:43 left to go in the contest. 36-23 lead. Baldwin over Tonganoxie.
I feel like Shawnick just kind of forced that one up there and was just trying to get a basket to start momentum for this Chieftain squad, but I think you have to stay patient if you're the Chieftains. Find those good shots, those good percentage shots that you've been taking, like Shawnick going to the basket most of the time. I think you need to stick with that game plan even if you're down by 13 here.
0 for 4 from downtown in the second half for Tongi. They went 2 of 6 in the first. Perfect timing for Herrera. She knocks that one down, her second of the ball game.
6 points, both of them coming on triples for her. Like I mentioned in the halftime show, I've been waiting to see her touch the ball more and be able to shoot those outside looks, and Sneed's going to be called for nope, they're going to say fouls on the floor.
Yep. And she kind of got beat off the dribble. She brought that right arm around and wrapped it around. The second foul of the game on Sneed. So I'll come up a little gingerly holding up on that left knee. She'll get checked out of the game now. Coach Loomis continues to have a friendly banter back and forth with the near side official, but neither here nor there. Rebound pulled in by Isaacs.
A nice effort there to force Scraper to miss that one there. So now, if you're the Chieftains, down 10. Ooh. It'd be a great basket there if Shawnick got that basket off, forcing a Baldwin player to the ground there.
Neufeld underneath, banks it in with the right hand.
Neufeld up to 9 now. And a foul called here as Carlton was just trying to get herself out of the trap and dribble on the right side. Little tack on Reichard's second foul. I think one of the bigger things, if you're Tongi, forcing Baldwin into the bonus will be very beneficial for you to see if you can get 2 shots at the line and force yourselves closer. Maybe getting some and one opportunities here and there as well.
So one more foul from Baldwin will do the trick. Meanwhile, Chieftains only 2 team fouls in this quarter. 3 ball a little too strong from Siege and tracked down by Berg.
Had the right trajectory, just a little over the mark there for her.
Neufeld driving to kick out right. Another one. That one left short, tipped out. 50-50 ball, and Wright's able to run it down. Gets away from Isaacs. And off the double team, a good pass to Berg. That lead now back up to 14, under 2 minutes left to go in the game.
And a nice job by Berg reading that nobody was paying attention to her, so she runs up, and they're able to find that quick initial pass to her. She's able to get her 4th point tonight.
Isaacs pass just offline of Carlton, who gives it back to her. Now finds Shawnick. Smith on her, calling from a screen from Schooler. Can't quite shake free. Going to try to drive with the right hand. Now stops. A good move for Alyssa with 16 points on the night. Brings her team within 12. But time really not on the side of the Chieftains right now. 1 minute, 11 seconds left to go in the game. This picture-in-picture timeout coming up, brought to you by White Birch Property Realty Executives.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Full court pressure coming here for the Chieftains, down by 12. Trying to make things interesting here as we're starting to wrap up game 1 of our doubleheader between Baldwin and Tonganoxie.
Baldwin's cleared their bench there, knowing that they have all the time on their side and they have a comfortable lead to where they can put their bench out and be comfortable.
You get the turnover here if you're Tongi. Now you got to score quick. Don't have a whole lot of time. Shawnick will let it fly for 3. Does not go. Schooler, good tip out underneath, and Isaacs can't quite run it down. It's in the hands of the Bulldogs. They'll come back the other way. I say if you're Baldwin, now all you got to do is, well, Just take care of it.
Play a bit of keep away here.
Yeah, that was it. The best look of the night there for Searle, number 15. Tried to let it fly. Comes up a little bit short. Said stop the clock. Now the Chieftains back on the attack. Maslak, she can get hot, and she knocks that one down.
It's her first basket. So every Chieftain starter but Isaacs has scored in this one. It's the same story for Baldwin, having Samantha Scraper being the only starter that did not score in this one.
Shonick right now the leading scorer for Tongi with 16 and leading all scores is Peyton Wright. Got 19 currently. Contribute 15 of those coming from downtown. A remarkable clip from three-point range on the night.
Schooler's done for the night. Finishes the night with 3.
Both boys' teams starting to come out of the locker room, getting ready for warm-ups. We'll have a little bit of time to wait. We'll have the senior night recognition for the powerlifting team and band members coming up next here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. And then we'll step aside
for that one.
Yep. So we'll welcome you back into the booth after all that for Game 2 of our doubleheader, the boys' varsity teams. It was a high-scoring affair in the last matchup between the boys' teams, or Baldwin and Tonganoxie. We'll see what tonight holds in store. It was a close contest through most of the night. Baldwin was able to pull away late through the third and into the fourth and able to hold on. A couple of late buckets there for the Chieftains will make it a 9-point game. 40-31 is the final. And so that will do it as we'll quickly slide into our Brothers Market post-game show here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. You can check out their weekly ads and specials in-store or online at shopbrothersmarket.com, where they treat you like family. Leading scorer tonight and our player of the game brought to you by Kevin Gallagher, American Family Insurance. He's been serving Tonganoxie families for over 25 years for all your insurance needs, home, life, auto, and more. The Kevin Gallagher Agency is there to serve you every step of the way, and not too often we go with a player on the opposing team, but hard not to when you had someone play the way that Peyton Wright did, the 5'10 freshman coming into tonight and looking like a veteran senior out there. 19 total points. She knocked down 5 3 balls on the night. It was big for the Bulldogs. It was a slow night going for them offensively. We talked about, me and Brendan did during the pregame show, that Chloe Neufeld, number 2, was the main driving force on offense for this Baldwin squad. She was kept in check for the majority of the night. She ended up finishing with 9, had a strong second half. But it was Wright, that right from the start, no pun intended, came out hot, stayed hot, and was a big part of Baldwin coming in, eventually pulling it away and putting it away against the Chieftains as they pull off the victory 40-31, 2-0 in the regular season against these Tonganoxie Chieftains. And if you're Tongi looking in on it, Shonick leading the way in scoring as she had 16 of the 31 points tonight, almost half of the points belonging to her. And this is kind of the same pattern we've seen these Chieftains fall into, where it's one player that takes the brunt of the heavy-duty lifting as far as the scoring goes. And not a whole lot spread out outside of that. So that's going to wrap it up. We're going to turn it over now. We're going to turn off the mics. We'll get the crowd mic on for tonight's senior night as we start with Cater Albert of the THS Band.
Cater's been in band for 4 years and lettered for 4. Staff member who has impacted him the most is Mr. Band. Mr. Band, who's always been there and had high energy during class, even though it's the first class of the day. Cater's future plans are to attend Manhattan Christian College, play soccer, and study youth ministry. Cater Albert. Our next senior is Jacob Burton. Jacob's being escorted by Lindsay Flagler. Jacob's been in band for 3 years and lettered for 3. Staff member he would like to thank is Mr. Tieroff. Every day I always enjoy walking into your classroom because I always know I'm going to learn something interesting. I also enjoy our little occasional conversations about music after class. Jacob's future plans: to attend the University of Kansas to major in computer programming and a minor in music education, and to continue my band with my best friends, Jacob Burton. Our next senior is Isabella Estes. Isabella is being escorted by Ashley and Christopher Estes. Isabella has been in band for 4 years and lettered for 4. Staff member that she would like to thank is Miss Tiroff. Your class has always made my day better, and I will always admire your efforts to include every student in class. Izzy's future plans are to attend KU and major in physics with a minor in astronomy or computer science. I plan on using this degree to pursue my lifelong dream of being an astrophysicist. Izzy Easton Estes. Our next senior, Malachi Fish. Malachi is being escorted by Deanna Miller and Mark Clements. Malachi has been in band for 4 years and lettered for 4. Staff member who has impacted him the most is Mr. Band. The band has given me some of the best memories of my life, and I can't thank him enough for giving me those times. Future plans are to attend Johnson County Community College to pursue social studies. I don't have any concrete plans after that. Malachi Fish. Our next senior is Cody Frederick. Cody is escorted by Brenda Frederick and his brother Tyler Frederick. Cody's been in band for 4 years and lettered for 4. Staff member he'd like to thank is Mr. McClellan. You made a huge impression on me my freshman year, making high school seem less daunting and filling the class with fun and knowledge. Thank you for helping me, always saying hello in the halls and letting me and your other students be ourselves. Cody's future plans are to go to KU and start pre-music and music education. After that, he plans to get a job as a band director and hopefully be as good as Mr. Van. Cody Frederick. Our next senior is Colton Holmgren. Colton is being escorted by Lori and Jim Holmgren. Colton has been in band for 4 years and lettered for 3. Staff member he would like to thank is Mr. McClellan. He has impacted me the most. Thank you for teaching me things outside of the textbooks. Colton's future plans: to attend K-State and pursue a bachelor's in criminology. Also plan to participate in Army ROTC. Colton Holmgren. Our next senior is Caden Hunter. Caden is being escorted by Dana Hunter. Caden's been in band for 4 years and lettered for 4. Staff member he would like to thank is Mr. Harrell. He's pushed me to be a better leader, speaker, and a better person overall. Caden's future plans are to further my education by attending Harvard University and completing general credit before entering their law program. Caden Hunter. Our next senior is Juliana Johnson. She's being escorted by Tisha and Michael Johnson. Juliana has been in band for 4 years and lettered for 1. She would like to thank Mrs. Bauer. She's been a major influence in the artwork I create. Her commitment and encouragement for each of her students is absolutely awe-inspiring. I cannot thank her enough. Juliana's future plans: I plan on continuing my education at Johnson County Community College for 2 years and moving on to either Wichita State or Pitt State for a bachelor's in interior design. Juliana Johnson. Our next senior is Allie Lowe. Allie is being escorted by Brenda and Jerry Lowe. She's been in band for 4 years and lettered for 4. Staff member she would like to thank is Mr. Van. Thank you for creating a positive and inspirational environment for students to learn in. You're an amazing band director, person, and mentor. I appreciate everything you have done for me. Allie's future plans: I plan to attend Johnson County Community College for 2 years, pursue a degree in graphic design. Allie Lowe. Our next senior is Harold Marai Jr. Harold's being escorted by Harold Sr. and Doris Murray. Harold's been in band for 4 years and lettered for 4. Staff member he'd like to thank is Mr. Band. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to lead this band for the last 3 years. Your positive and uplifting spirit is something I have looked up to ever since moving to Tonganoxie back in 7th grade. I will miss the class time we shared together, and I hope for the best for you and the rest of the band. Harold's future plans: to attend Oral Roberts University to major in business management and minor in video production. I will probably be starting my career at Johnson County Community College first. Harold Murray. Our next senior, Molly Roush. Molly's being escorted by Tammy and Danny Roush. Been in band for 4 years and lettered for 1. She would like to thank Paula. Paula has been super kind to me and has helped me open up more. It's also nice to have someone to rant to and to have someone care about you. She has done so much for me and everyone else. Molly's future plans: to go to Johnson County Community College and get my required classes out of the way and a major in art therapy. Molly Roush. Our next senior is TJ Schmidt. TJ is being escorted by Jessica and Timothy Schmidt. TJ's been in band for 4 years and lettered for 4. We'd like to thank Miss Monroe, always there for me and helped me through some tough times. TJ's future plans: attend Wichita State University for aerospace engineering. TJ Schmidt. Our next senior is Gage Slaylaw. Being escorted by Scott and Angie Slaylaw. Gage has been in band for 4 years and lettered for 4. She would like to thank Sandberg. I would like to thank him for being there for the good and the bad times. And I'll try my best to keep my head up when times get hard. Gage's plans are to attend Butler County Community College to pursue band and business. Gage Slaybaugh. Our next senior is Joel Topliff. Joel's being escorted by Jason and Allison Topliff. Joel's been in band for 3 years and lettered for 3. I'd like to thank Mr. Van. He was willing to put time aside for me and to help me with my music, even with his busy schedule. He was even there to help me with medical emergency during sophomore year band camp. Joel's future plans are: first go to Johnson County Community College for classes, then study mechanical engineering or meteorology at KU. Joel Topliff. Our next senior is Aiden Van Middlesworth. Aiden's being escorted by Charles and Kristen Van Middlesworth. Been in band for 4 years and lettered for 4. Staff member I would like to thank, says Aiden, is Mr. Van. Not only were you the best band director ever, but you were also the best dad. Thank you for pushing me to be my best in everything I do, and for being there for me whenever I need it. Aiden's future plans: fall, you'll attend the University of Southern Mississippi to pursue a degree in marine biology. Aiden Van Middlesworth. And wrapping up the senior band members is Connor Vestal. Connor is escorted by Megan and Justin Vestal. Been in band for 4 years and lettered for 3. You would like to thank Mr. Van. For the 8 years I've been in band, you have never given up on me or on your students. You have pushed me to excel and be the best performer in person that I could ever be. And I appreciate you. Connor's future plans are to attend KCKCC for technology. Connor Vestal. Let's have a big round of applause for the band seniors. Anybody need pictures? Good picture. And we'll let them clear out before we bring in the powerlifting seniors. Band parents, clear the floor. Powerlifting, you're up. All right, now we get to hear about our powerlifting seniors. Our first senior is Brendan Baldwin. Brendan is being escorted by Tim Bolin and Angie Gray. Brendan has been powerlifting for 3 years and lettered for 2. Staff member he would like to thank is Mr. Falgren. Thank you for pushing me to be my best in everything that I do. You have made a remarkable impact on me, and I'm truly grateful for your leadership and guidance in my life. Brendan's future plans are to attend William Woods University to study sports communication and minor in ASL. Brendan Bolin. Our next senior is Elizabeth Holloway. Elizabeth is being escorted by Jessica Holloway. Elizabeth has been in powerlifting for 4 years and lettered for 3. She would like to thank Ms. Tiroff for all the time she's made her laugh and never fails to bring a smile to her face. I love having conversations with her before class about the most random topics, and I am very grateful to have her as a teacher. Elizabeth's future plans are to attend Emporia State University in the fall and major in business. Elizabeth Holloway. And wrapping up the powerlifters is Gavin Shute. Gavin's being escorted by Darren Shute. Gavin's been in powerlifting for 3 years and lettered for 3. Staff member he would like to thank is Mr. Medina. Thank you for being an amazing teacher and friend. I'm thankful that I got to have you as a teacher. The skills I've learned from your class will last a lifetime. Gavin's future plans: further my education in my goal to become a veterinarian. Gavin Shute. Let's have a big round of applause for the powerlifting seniors. And a round of applause for all the seniors we recognize tonight, always the pillars of any program. Congratulations, seniors.
Yes, that's going to wrap up the senior night portion here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. In case you're just now joining us, Game 2 of our doubleheader will be starting roughly in about 15 minutes from now. They just turned the clock on, so 15 minutes from now. We're going to be getting pretty close to that 8 o'clock hour before we get started here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. The Baldwin Lady Bulldogs coming out and beating the Lady Chieftains 40-31. It was a contest that started up in the first quarter. Chieftains had the first bucket of the game, and they had a lead for well over halfway of that first quarter. We were tied at 5 apiece, and that was the only tie in the game before Baldwin would eventually pull away. They took their first lead at 6-8 and really never looked back. Chieftains did have the lead early in the third quarter, and then Baldwin was able to put it out the rest of the way as we welcome back in Brendan Baldwin. Brother, congratulations.
Thank you.
On the senior night.
I appreciate it.
You guys get a little bit outnumbered down there by the band seniors, so I got to say.
Oh, yeah.
Strong class.
We had a couple like Holthouse and Messersmith not show up tonight, but congratulations to them as well on an incredible careers on their end as well. But no, it's just special every senior night I get. It makes me tear up knowing, I've been a part of such a great school district that embodies the involvement in wanting to find your goals and, things other than sports and clubs. So, man, I'm trying not to tear up here, man, but no, it's been a great pleasure lifting for this program, and, state in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks coming up, being at my last meet ever. So I think I'm just blessed. That's all I can say.
Yeah, very well said. And like you said, this community, this district, this school, as a body, it's had that impact on many other seniors well before you and many, many after you as well. Congratulations again. So that's going to wrap it up here in Game 1. Going to the Bulldogs, 40-31. We're going to step aside, regroup here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. We'll be back into the SNS Mighty pregame show when we are back here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Game 2 between the Bulldogs and the Chieftains coming up next.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
First State Bank & Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank & Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank & Trust, go to firststateks.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
The following is a presentation of Tonganoxie Sports Live, your new home for Chieftain Athletics. It's time for the Chieftains on your new home for Tonganoxie High School Athletics. Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by It's time for the Chieftains, right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Welcome back inside Chieftain Arena, site for today's doubleheader between the Chieftains and the Bulldogs on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Baldwin getting the win 40-31 game 1. We're getting ready to get things started here in game 2 in just under 4 minutes from now. And tonight's Frontier League action has been brought to you by Kansas Insurance. They believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how they can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600 as we shift back into the S&S Body pregame show. They've been the place to go to in Tonganoxie for auto body and repair work since 1972. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call and make your appointment today at 913-369-3193. Dylan Funk alongside Brendan Boland, ready to get things started here. Second half of our doubleheader coming up in just a few moments here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. It was a high-scoring affair between these two squads. Baldwin getting into the 70s, Chieftains into the 60s. We'll be interested to see how the offense goes in this one. If game 1 was any indicator of how this one could be going, we could be in for another defensive, fairly low-scoring affair, but odds are, it tells me when you got Cooper Carr on one team and you got a guy like Lachlan McRae and Alex Crowley and Owen Schmidt on the others, who they're playing some of their great basketball right now, odds are I'm going to say this is going to be a little bit of a track meet, maybe a little bit early. We're going to see some points put up on the scoreboard.
100%, and this Baldwin Bulldogs team, it feeds off of the scoring from Cooper Carr, and then you can also throw in the likes of deep ball shooters, Talon Torres and Joey Zembecki, the seniors on this team. And then also if you want to go with the very, paint scoring presence like Leo Schonberger and Colton Collin, both towering over at 6'4" and 6'5" respectively, I think the Chieftains are going to be a little outmatched in size, but like you mentioned, you have Noah Carlton, who likes to drive into the paint very aggressively here. Alex Crowley, Lachlan McRae, both very good shooters. And then Zakai Glover, he's finding his own on the outside, being more of a passer first guard than more of a shooter. So it's going to be interesting to see how both these teams match up tonight. But like you mentioned, it's going to be a track meet start to finish, and it's going to be a matter of which team could score more points tonight.
Yeah, we were talking about postseasons coming up. The regular season finale is a week from now for these Tonganoxie Chieftains. Looking at the boys standing, Acacia coming into tonight. Baldwin currently sitting up at the 3rd seed, 13-3 overall on the season. Only 2 games behind Atchison, who currently sits up as the number 1. And sandwiched between them is Rock Creek High School in the number 2. As for Tonganoxie, find themselves in the middle of the pack right now, 6-11 on the season. If the playoffs were to start tonight, without taking these games into consideration, Tonganoxie would currently be on the road facing off against Frontier League foes Ottawa and the Cyclones on the road. So they find themselves well in the mix of things, and they have Paola coming up on Friday. So you're looking at it right now. If they come out tonight and they can put a win together, that's going to catapult them up even higher into the standings. And this is a Tongi team that has very quietly got a slow start off to the season, but this offense and this group, led by Alex Crowley, Lachlan McRae, and many, many others, that is all of a sudden they have found their groove in this season. Not too long ago, just a little over a month ago, they were winners of 4 of their last 5. They come into tonight losers of 2 of their last 3, but they're winners last time out, 50-45 at Spring Hill. So this is a big one coming into tonight for the Chieftains.
It's a big one indeed, and they have to feel really good beating a very tough 5A opponent who's had a good run against most of the Frontier League opponents. So now the Chieftains getting that win there, very crucial for them, but it'll be interesting to see how they face up against one of the tougher 4A teams in this league, the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Yeah, excited to watch it, excited to bring it to all you guys at Tonganoxie Sports Live and our Baldwin viewers watching over on Baldwin Sports Live. We're going to step aside for just a moment. We'll be back with starting lineups presented by Team Tongi next here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Hey folks, save $1,000 on your interior painting project this winter. Hire Absolute Painting during November through February and qualify for 10% off your project, a free paint upgrade, and a free color consultation to make sure you choose the perfect colors to transform your home. This amazing offer only lasts until our winter calendar is booked and spots are filling up fast. Call now and save $1,000 on your interior project. No money down, affordable monthly payment options are available. This offer won't last long, so call now to save $1,000 on your interior project with Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
First State Bank & Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank & Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank & Trust, go to firststateks.com.
meet tonight's starting lineups. For Baldwin, number 1, a 5'10" senior, Joey Zembecki. For Tonganoxie, number 2, a 5'7" senior, Zakiah Glover. For Baldwin, number 10, a 6'1" senior, Alan Torres. For Tonganoxie, number 11, a 6' senior, Alex Crowley. For Baldwin, number 12, a 6'2" sophomore, Cooper Carr. For Tonganoxie, number 13, a 6'1" junior, Noah Carlton. For Baldwin, number 22, a 6'4" sophomore, Leo Schoenberger. For Tonganoxie, number 23, a 5'10" sophomore, Lachlan McCray. For Baldwin, number 33, a 6'5" sophomore, Colton Collins. And for Tonganoxie, number 24, a 6' junior, Owen Smith. And coaches for this evening's game, for Baldwin, John Blanchard. For Tonganoxie, Bill Jones. Officials for this evening's
Again, our starting lineups tonight brought to you by Team Tongi. They've donated more than $190,000 to local Tonganoxie families. To learn how you can help make a difference and about upcoming Team Tongi events, check out their website at teamtongi.com. Opening tip-off just a matter of moments here is presented by Lynch Real Estate, your hometown real estate company that will help you buy your first home all the way to your dream home. Visit Dan Lynch and his team today in Tonganoxie. Big one on tap for the Chieftains, currently slated in at the 11th seed of the playoffs, as they would be going on the road to take on the Ottawa Cyclones, the 6th seed. A big win here tonight. Got a favorable matchup coming up on Friday right here at home for senior night against the Paola Panthers before going and wrapping up the regular season a week from today against the Ottawa Cyclones. So let's see how this one goes. Bulldogs got the better of the Chieftains than the first time, as this one gets started here. Game 2 of our doubleheader between the Chieftains and the Bulldogs. So we were talking about it earlier, our player spotlight tonight, as we have an early drive in just off the glass. You mentioned, Brendan, Cooper Carr was paired up with his brother last season, the early senior. He was a freshman last year, put up a stellar, really spectacular season last year as a freshman. He's coming back as a sophomore as Carlton gets the bucket there. But you had mentioned it probably best that he's playing this year in like a world of his own. He's just that great of a player.
Absolutely. And knowing he's a very talented three-sport athlete, is soccer in the fall and now coming into basketball season this winter, turning into early spring. It feels like an early spring with the temperatures so far.
Like it, yes.
But no, Cooper Carr, very talented, and three from Zembecki to cut off my words there. But these last couple games, he did not score at all in the first half. Maybe a couple points here and there, but he's averaging over 15 points per game in the second half alone. He scored 17 against the Panthers. He scored 16 against Ottawa a week or two ago, but it'll be interesting to see how he does against this Chieftains team who, Noah Carlton, my goodness, sir.
About the first 4 points of the game, he took a three. Don't see him take too many of those. It just comes scorching down the lane, gets his own rebound and puts it back up and gives Tongi back the lead.
But it'll be interesting to see that Chieftain soccer standout Lachlan McCray will be guarding him. So the two soccer standouts now face each other on the basketball court. It'll be interesting to see how they face off against each other.
Both of them scoring in double figures in the first matchup. Saw Lachlan even posted on Twitter and said, hey, great game out there, Cooper, as he gets his first bucket of the game right over Lachlan.
Both teams, like I mentioned, they're going to come out flying and scoring very quickly here, and so far it has.
Schmidt for three, does not go.
And it was the right shot taken there by Schmidt.
We take one more look, the starting five out there for the Bulldogs, and Becky with the ball and putting it up. He knocked one down earlier. That one doesn't go. Carlton fighting for the loose ball. Had his arm pulled down there. That's Schoenberger, number 22. I'll be picking up the first foul of the game. Excuse me, it's on Column, number 33. We'll see the Chieftains inbound, and a shout out to Brendan Bolin and the Tonganoxie Media Group making these starting 5 graphics absolutely sick. We need to come up with some kind of partnership moving forward here on Donkey Sports Live. These are incredible as it's a turnover here on this possession for the Chieftains.
Be happy to help you out more. Well, going to college, but I'm sure I can make something happen.
I have to get me in touch with the media teacher. We'll see. We're going to have 2 free throws on the way here for the Bulldogs.
First foul on the Chieftains as well. It's going to go against
Owen.
Then also credit Owen, also a part of the media crew here for the great commercial that you saw earlier in the girls' game.
T-Town Talk podcast. You can listen to it on Spotify. You watch it on YouTube now? Where are you finding that at?
Well, Loomis interview is supposed to be on YouTube sometime soon, so the rough schedule for us here at Tongi. It's been chaotic to try and put out an episode, but Zeke and one. There you go.
Talking about a guy that has been starting to find himself as of late, trying to get more involved. Like I said, traditionally, he's a very selfless player. He likes to pass first, and he has a knack of finding the open space using his court vision, but seeing him develop and turn more into a scorer and another threat of this offense for the Chieftains is going to be vital for him as he looks to cap off the three-point play, and it just falls off short. So we'll stay tied at 6 apiece.
Both these teams doing a good job in these first 3 minutes not to turn the ball over. They've been very controlled, and they love to shoot the ball very quick. They're going to get them for a travel here. It's the first turnover as I curse the Bulldogs there. Student section's letting them hear it.
Chieftains back on the attack, trying to cap off. And come back and retake the lead in this one, tied up at 6, approaching the halfway mark of the opening quarter.
Crowley's done such a nice job in this second half of the season to really come together, put together this well-rounded offense who, like you mentioned, they've lost 2 of their last 3, but the Spring Hill game, he performed really nicely against the Broncos.
Just doesn't go for Owen Schmidt. Took a couple of bounces. Does not go in that far corner, up the floor, and another 3 on the way. That one rattles in and out. And a little bit of a track meet early on here between these two as that last 3 doesn't go for Torres, number 10.
Just wait till Schmidt makes one. He's going to start making them in bunches here. So
typically how it goes. Him and Crowley both. Once they see him go down early, buckle up if you're the opposing team.
You could even throw in Lachlan McRae as well.
Mm-hmm. All 3 of those players individually throughout this season have shown the ability to take a game over late and bring the Chieftains back within it, and make things close in the end, and even cap off some close wins. I remember Owen Schmidt, that big game on the road at Turner in the middle of a 3-game winning streak the Chieftains had. This one's taken away from Lachlan McRae. He absolutely came alive in that second half against the Golden Bears and helping the Chieftains hold on for a 2-point victory. Another one on the way for Torres, and that one doesn't go, Zimbecki, number 1, but our offensive rebound had just taken away. Schoenberger finishes it off, puts the Bulldogs back in front, 8-6.
Schoenberger provides that size that Baldwin loves to have if they ever want to go down low. Normally they love to have the dribble drive, but if they ever need someone down low or to get the rebounds, normally he collects them in bunches. It's going to be Leo Schoenberger.
For Schoenberger, this one, Carlton able to track it down, comes in 6'4". Definitely some good height and length, this Baldwin Bulldogs squad. Chieftains find themselves behind the 8 ball on that one. Acrobatic finish it would have been for Zakiah Glover, but he'll have a chance to earn him at the line for 2. This will be a second trip to the charity stripe, trying to tie this game up. Well, we've seen that this isn't anything new for the Chieftains. They know coming into games that the majority of the time, 8 out of 10 times I would say on the season, they're going to be facing a team that's got a guy that's got a couple of extra inches down low in the post, and they're going to be at a disadvantage of that. I think they struggled with it early, especially the second game of the year. They had to deal with Jeter Purdy for Atchison down low. He just tore him up, but they've adapted as the season has gone along. The great coaching of Phil Jones and the rest of this coaching staff, having his team defensively ready for that challenge. They know they're going to face it the rest of the year, so he thought we might as well just practice it, get ready for it. And that style of defense that they've run, it's paid dividends for them.
And I think it's also been a matter of finding their identity. You know, Glover and Crowley being the only 2 starters, and you could throw in McCray as well. Excuse me, I forgot McCray. There's only 3 starters, and then you come from Schmidt and Carlton. They didn't really get many minutes off the bench last year because you had the likes of Caleb Clark and Brandon Wilson, just to name a few, and also Merrick Davenport, who was in there last year as well in the mix, who didn't show out this year. Hope to see him on the baseball diamond this coming spring, but it's interesting to see the youth on this team now. They're just now starting to find their identity working together.
Another long rebound pulled down by the Chieftains. A second that's missed from downtown. They end up getting their own rebound. That time it's Alex Crowley. Nobody even putting a body on him. 9-8 Chieftains under 2.
I think the first half they just, like you mentioned, they just struggled to find something. And then Jones finally got it through to them, and they started getting better and better in practice. And a nice foul there, or not nice basket, excuse me, there from Cooper Carr.
It's really, really hard to try to slow him down and limit him. Was a key piece of the Bulldogs making that trip. And one sub-state made an appearance in Salina at the Tony's Vince Pizza Center in Salina for the state tournament. They lost in the opening round to Frontier League opponent Eudora. It took them to overtime. It was an exhilarating game. As he's back, and if you're the head coach of Baldwin, as he caps off the three-point play, you had his older brother last year, graduated, and with how great he was as a freshman, you're sitting there thinking, we have 3 more years, and traditionally, he's going to get better. He's going to grow and develop even more. It's a lot of great things to come for this Baldwin squad. Hard foul on the other end. Crowley hitting the deck. He'll go to the line now.
Schonberger. Baldwin's already up to 4 fouls, so going to the bonus early on will be very beneficial for them. Crowley just couldn't get the first one to fall there. 1 up to 4 at the line so far.
Oh, for 2 on that trip. This is the part of the game for the Chieftains. They're going to find themselves. They're going to try to play Cinderella in the ball and try to make a run. Going to have to get better at the charity stripe, especially later in games. They've left a lot of points on the floor in a couple of games, and it's been a deciding factor, and even if a couple of the losses this year. Carr trying to go a nice move, but he walked with it.
Nice. And that's just heads-up defense from McCray. He told me that closing out is just an instinct for him. I see him during sprints and weights where if we have a sprint drill, it's just normal. I see him just close out, and I'm like, why are you doing that? He said it's just an instinct, and I think that's the young sophomore. It's been really beneficial for him to just have that instinct of playing solid standout defense and just making himself heard and being up front with some of the best players in the Frontier League, and you saw there forcing Carr to walk with it.
Has had a lot of growth and maturity over this past summer. A lot leaps and bounds made between his freshman year last year and his sophomore campaign this year. Possession area will keep it down here with the Chieftains. 2-point ball game, a little over a minute left to go in the opening quarter. That's exciting to see the development of Lachlan McRae go along, and his confidence never wavers either. He's one of the most confident young guys I've ever seen out there, and you even said before the game, sending you a text, and he sounded pretty excited for this matchup, knowing who on the opposition he was going to face a Cooper Carr the majority of the night, but just saying, come on, let's have a night.
Absolutely, and so far the Chieftains team's been having a night for whether it be Noah Carlton or Alex Crowley, and Zakiah Glover already heating up. And they've been playing it very close with Baldwin. It's not been the track meet we'd wanted, but I think these teams are realizing that the longer they keep the ball, the less time the other team has to make room with it or score a basket here.
Good give, Anthony Rowe. His first shot doesn't quite go. And a loose ball eventually pulled in by Cooper Carr and the Bulldogs, under 30 to go. We'll see what Baldwin elects to do with here. Schoenberger with it right now, picks up his dribble and finds the outlet to Torres.
And Coach Jones always uses the term with his guys, minute possessions here. Minute possessions, he loves that term. loves keeping the ball moving and forcing the other team's defense to just work harder. And it's going to go with the Chieftains here.
Last off of McLaughlin, who came in on the shot and miss from Schoenberger as it came off the rim. Zakiah Glover will check back in. Alex Crowley heading out to one of your best long-distance shooters, and Crowley will get checked out. 5.1 seconds still to work with. Glover out there with Albert, Byrne, Carlton, and Rowe. In the hands of Glover right now, trying to get through a double team. He's got a good look at it. He's got to put it up quick. Good if it goes. Oh, just short. And it's another close contest at the end of one quarter of action. 11-9, Bulldogs in front of the Chieftains. You're watching Chieftain basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367. For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
Second quarter action just getting started on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Dylan Funk alongside Brendan Bolin. 2-point game between the Bulldogs and the Chieftains so far after one quarter of action. Up and down the floor we went in the first quarter to start things out. Both teams settled down a little bit, trying to hold on to the ball, stretch out possessions, get some points. That one doesn't go for McLaughlin, but a second chance brought in by Schoenberger. And Becky trying to go down low to McLaughlin. Glover all over it, and it's a takeaway for the Chieftains and Cater Albert.
And nice defense there from Cater to just forcing Becky to make that forced pass down to McLaughlin, who didn't really have much control of it, and then Carlton with some nice defense as McLaughlin was trying to post him up there, and it didn't go so well for him.
Carlton baseline to the near corner. Glover, he'll drive now through two defenders. Albert fakes the pass, lets it fly. It comes up short.
I knew Cater wanted to shoot that. It took him a bit of a second to try and get some space collected there, but I think he should have shot it with his first instinct.
Nothing but net on the pull-up jumper just in front of the free throw line for Carr. He's got 6 early in this one. Well, stat you gave out, averaging close to 15 just in the second half alone in the past few games or so for Cooper. Already off to a good start with 6 here. Had 4 lead changes and 1 tie alone in that first quarter.
7.
7.
Because you forgot the and 1 there.
7, yes. It's like I thought you said 7 lead changes. I was like, that wouldn't surprise me, but 7 points. Thank you for catching me on that. 7 for Cooper Carr. I apologize about that. McLaughlin with the finish underneath.
We all screw up our stats in there.
It's like I tell all the viewers, I'm not the official scorekeeper for a reason. Sometimes in the midst of running a broadcast, you miss a thing or two, as that one doesn't go for Carlton. He hits the deck. Coming from behind on Schoenberger, gives it off. In the hands of Torres.
Jones wants a carry. And that's going to be Schoenberger to get that one there. And I remember Jones during the invitational tournament. I forgot which team they played, but he referenced a kid storming into the paint like Pacheco. And that inside joke kind of stuck. With a nice 3 there from McRae.
First one from downtown falling for the Chieftains, and the first bucket of the game for Lachlan.
Whenever that same referee showed up, it was the longest running inside joke. I still remember that day to a T, being at the scores table, hearing that.
Carr for 3. That one doesn't go.
Wide open there. I got a dribble there.
Carlton knew it too, slapping the padding on the stanchion underneath. Second turnover of the game for the Chieftains.
But some nice hustle there from Carlton.
No doubt.
It was like you mentioned a track meet. He just beat out everybody on Baldwin's side of the floor there.
It's definitely where the Chieftains have improved this year, if you ask me. It's getting down to transition and turning defense into offense. Crowley with the steal and count the bucket on the other end. Mistake there for Torres. He's trying to poke that ball loose at the last second. Easy finish for Alex. And a chance for a three-point play as now it's back to a one-possession ball game.
It'll be Torres' second. Crowley looking to make his first free throw here.
We have Collum also into the game. Schoenberger heads out for the Bulldogs. Chieftains only 1 of 5 so far from the line. Crowley knocks that one down, finishes off the three-point play, makes it a 2-point game. Looks like we'll just have a quick timeout on the floor, 30 seconds. A picture-in-picture timeout coming up next year is presented by Kansas Insurance.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Bulldogs coming back on the attack. Just a little under 5 minutes left to go into the second quarter. Trying to attack down in the low post. Multiple defenders able to kick out. Quick movement. And another travel. Fourth turnover of the game for the Bulldogs.
Nice job by Crowley, sucking into the trap down low, forcing Collum to kick it out to Nick Johnson there and forcing him to walk with it there. So nice defense there from Crowley. Stellar game from him so far on both ends of the floor.
In the lane, kick out. Glover near corner 3, whistled off. Another travel call on the floor.
I first initially thought that they were going to call a foul here and Glover would have 3 shots, but they're going to get him for a travel instead. But either way, if you're the Chieftains, you're still in it. You're still having a really solid game being down 2.
McLaughlin and Schoenberger checking in next. Stoppage for the Bulldogs. 3 ball on the way is left short by Collum. Chieftains in transition. Carlton on the right side is able to finish. Zembecki couldn't get over in time to get a paw on it. 6 early in this one for Noah.
We're all knotted up here, folks. Card just answers right back.
Now a 9-point first half for the stud Baldwin sophomore.
Baldwin's just leaving too much space for the Chieftains to just take advantage of it and make something with it, and they're going to call a foul here.
Foul on the floor. Bucket doesn't count. They had it knocked loose initially and trying to reach in there, knock it loose again. They're going to give it to Glover for his first of the game.
22 Schoenberger and 23 McLaughlin.
Smossel and Johnson to the bench for Baldwin.
Schoenberger on the inbounds finds Carr.
And a 5-second violation on the Bulldogs. 5th turnover for them so far.
Not doing themselves any favor. They're trying to complete this regular season sweep. Only a 2-point lead, closes in on 3 minutes left to go. Before halftime, Crowley attack on the left side, hands off Anthony Rowe, quickly works its way up top to Noah Carlton. Now back to Crowley.
Nice possession there for the Chieftains. Just
Carlton with space, just can't get it to go with the left hand.
the exact right idea, just couldn't quite get it to go off the glass, and Collins going to have that one rolling in his favor.
Yes, he will. His first of the game. And Glover back on the other end. That one doesn't go. Three on the way. Zimbecki, that one doesn't fall. He's been putting up a lot of them in this first half. He's only knocked down one, his lone field goal of the game.
He's been capable to shoot him all season, just hasn't been able to have the hot hand tonight, and Crowley is going to get a 2 on the other end. Man, it's been so contested so far.
Back to a one-possession game we go. Baldwin have now missed 6 straight. Carlton again in transition, got behind McLaughlin, and the assist to Zakiah Glover.
Like I mentioned, Baldwin's just giving him too much space. I think they kind of just were frustrated after not making that 3, and now the Chieftains are just crawling back in after a nice momentum there from Alex and Carlton there.
Our third tie of the game, 21 all, 1 minute 43 seconds before we hit the halftime locker room. You're watching Chieftain basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
The 20, the 15, the 10, 5. Colton McCann, his third touchdown of the game.
Like in the net, and that'll be a point for Baldwin. A first touch volley. The substituted forward across the goal line. Touchdown, Trojan.
At an opening on the near side. Is he going to take it? Yes, he is. Kaplinger will take it to the house.
Timeout taken on the floor by Baldwin. They are tied again at 21, our third tie of the game. Chieftains starting to slowly crawl their way back into this one, looking to get a stop and take the lead on the other end. McLaughlin feeding it down low to Collin, poked away by Crowley, and a late whistle comes in. Don't necessarily disagree with it, but it just came in about a half second too late. He thought he initially got away with it. It'll be the first of the game for Alex. And the first free throws of the game for Collin.
Well, that was on Crowley, his first. Team second.
I think that timeout that Baldwin just needed to get a mental reset there, as I think out of the corner of my headset I heard Coach Blanchett start screaming up a storm there, and Jones wants an explanation on the late whistle there. And
well, it's the whistle that, but also they were saying that Collin was in the act of shooting, and he was saying that he was not, and that's what his biggest argument is there as he walks all the way down to the other end of the bench to get away from the official.
Jones kind of laughed that one off there as he's in disbelief. And I think that's definitely an argument you could make, whether he's in the triple threat or he was going up to shoot. But me personally, I think he was in the triple threat, wanting to go up with a shot, but just got poked away and the whistle blew in late. And I think they had to make a decision on that. And I think they're right for just sticking with their gut feeling. So
for the first lead, and they do as it goes down for Carlton. That's the first lead of the game for the Chieftains here in the second quarter. Fifth total lead change in the game so far. McLaughlin quickly finds Carr, head fake. Gonna try to drive right on McGray, finds Collin now. Trying to go back down low, Schoenberger.
now this arena's coming alive here.
And he knocks it down.
And quickly silenced it.
6 points now for Collin in this first half. Gives Baldwin back the lead, 25-23.
I think it'd be amazing if we could get a last-second basket here, a buzzer beater, Really start making the arena shake here.
Crowley inside, under 20 seconds. Stops out to Schmidt, finds McRae. Chieftains continuing to pass it around. Crowley will back it out under 10 seconds. Now or never for the Chieftains, down by 2. Trying to take the lead is Crowley. Ooh, comes up short on the NBA distance 3. Ball poked loose, and that will do it as Collum was able to recover. A 2-point game at the end of the first, 2-point game at the end of the second here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Baldwin 25, Tonganoxie 23. White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show is next on Tonganoxie Sports Live, your home for Chieftain Athletics.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. Whether you're an athlete looking to get back for another big win or you're just trying to win at life, Dr. Adam Ludwin at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy can get you back in the game. Dr. Adam has the tools and skills to have you feeling your best in no time with chiropractic adjustment, physical therapy, cupping, taping, muscle scraping, on-site x-ray, and more. Lose the pain and win the day at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy, now open in Tonganoxie. Book online at winchiropracticst.com or call 913-214-1020.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
Thinking about starting your next outdoor home project? Be sure to call 811 before you dig. After calling 811, wait a few days for utilities to mark your yard with paint or flags to avoid unintentionally hitting a utility line. Hitting a buried line can disrupt service in your area, cost money to repair, or cause serious injury. Southern Star asks you to help protect our community. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
Hey folks, save $1,000 on your interior painting project this winter. Hire Absolute Painting during November through February and qualify for 10% off your project, a free paint upgrade, and a free color consultation to make sure you choose the perfect colors to transform your home. This amazing offer only lasts until our winter calendar is booked and spots are filling up fast. Call now and save $1,000 on your interior project. No money down, affordable monthly payment options are available. This offer won't last long, so call now to save $1,000 on your interior project with Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
Welcome back inside Chieftain Arena at Tonganoxie High School. Halftime. Game 2 of our doubleheader between the Bulldogs and the Chieftains. 25-23, Baldwin with the 2-point lead. And we are back at the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show as you have a team of agents ready to help you buy or sell that next house and lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007. Dylan Funk alongside Brendan Bolin. Just running through the quick point totals so far here. Noah Carlton off that last field goal. He is the leading scorer for both teams with 10. Crowley behind him with 6. McRae with 4 and Glover with 3. So 4 of the 5 starters with the scoring for the Chieftains. On the other side, a good start in the first half for Cooper Carr, finishing with 9 after Thanes. And Right behind Zabecki with a lone 3 ball, a couple field goals for Schoenberger, and Collum currently with 5, and McLaughlin with 3. So we see here 25-23. We mentioned Baldwin. You said that you've seen them before, and they're a strong team coming out of the second half. So let's talk about this first half. What do you think are some of the things the Chieftains did right in that first game? There's only, in the first half, there's only that one little spurt where Baldwin went on a quick about 9-0, 10-0 run to really extend their lead, but the Chieftains flipped the switch, got back right into it, took a lead, and a couple of lead changes there towards the end. We had 3 ties in the first half, 5 total lead changes. It's been back and forth, kind of like what you and I had predicted, but what were some of the things that really caught your eyes that Coach Jones and this Chieftain team had going for them in the first half?
I think the biggest thing you can take away is the Chieftains exploiting the amount of space that Baldwin was giving them, and they were able to make the transition baskets off the quick rebound and just throwing it down court and hoping that Carlton would be right there to put it up. That's kind of the reason why he's got 10 of his points so far, is those quick transition baskets, and also just making Baldwin pay and forcing him to, wear him down a little bit offensively, having those good 45-second-a-minute possessions, maybe a bit longer, a bit less than that. They've been doing such a good job of moving the ball around very well, and I think they just need to work on getting it to the free throw line, only shooting 33% from there so far, but I think they're doing a really good job of just playing solid defense on Baldwin and making the correct moves on offense, but other than that, it's been a very tightly contested game for both teams.
Yeah, from the free throw line, you mentioned 33% for Tongi, 60% for Baldwin. From downtown, both teams shooting 20% or just a little over 20%. Baldwin at 25, Tongi currently at 20, as the Chieftains already out of the halftime locker room, as they just have under 4 minutes to go until we start things in the third quarter. Another interesting thing that Tongi really took advantage of, we saw it a couple of times, is that when they took those shots from three-point land, nobody really boxed out, especially the shooter, because we saw Carlton just go right in, catch his rebound, and go up for it again. We saw Curley do the same thing. So the Chieftains have been taking advantage, like you said, the space that Baldwin's been giving him, and then the lack of putting a body on somebody for the Bulldogs when that ball has been in the air, and of course getting out in transition. That's something that I don't really know if it's just kind of part of this identity thing that we were talking about earlier, but it seems like within the past couple, 2-3 weeks or so, that's something that the Chieftains have really shined on in a lot of these games, and they've gotten a lot of points off. Like we mentioned for Carlton, he's got nearly half of his points, 10 in the first half, just solely getting out in transition. You give credit to Glover and others for finding him down there. But yeah, outside of that, really, we haven't seen the height really play a big factor down low for Baldwin. The Chiefs defense has done a good job of shutting that down and has been forcing Baldwin to try to fall in love with those low percentage shots from three-point range, and they've only knocked down 2 of them in that first half. But now if you're Baldwin, as you mentioned, they come out and do a better job in the second half. If you're the head coach right now, what are some of the adjustments that you're looking to make to try to come out and build upon this 2-point lead you took it to halftime with you?
I think one of the things I mentioned in pregame is Cooper Carr getting hot in the second half. He got hot in the first half. I think you want to prevent him further from doing that. So maybe having Lachlan McRae maybe face guard Cooper Carr a bit more than what you saw earlier from him. And just, maybe guarding the perimeter a bit more as well. Because Baldwin, at first they've only made 2 of the high percentage, the 2 of the three-point balls. They may start knocking him down in the second half. So I'd start guarding on the perimeter as well, but also just making sure you're consistently flowing down low. And I think Crowley's done a nice job of flowing down low to help trap either Schonberger or McCollum, and then go right back up to close out on whichever perimeter player it be, whether it be Zimbecki or Talon Torres, who they're prominent three-point shooters, and I think they may continue to keep up that path in the second half. So
I think that's going to be interesting to keep an eye on in the second half. We already mentioned it, shooting from the free throw line, 33% for the Chieftains. Usually in these kind of close contests, if the Chieftains are able to keep pace for pace with the Bulldogs, it can come down to, in a game that you lose by 4 points, if you missed 5 or 6 free throws, that could be the difference in the game. And for the Chieftains, they found themselves in that position a couple of times this year. I always go back to the tournament game in the opening round against Bonner Springs, in a game that you lose by 6 points and you left 7 points at the free throw line. Could have been a potential game changer. Who knows? That's hindsight's always 20/20. But especially at home in the Frontier League, you're playing the third-ranked team in 4A East with the postseason coming up. It's just a little over a week from now. And right now you got them within 2. this is the kind of game that the Chieftains wanted coming into this contest. If you're Coach Jones, I think you're happy with the first half. Definitely some things to build on here in the second half, but you got to be feeling really, really good about yourself. And as for Baldwin, you're coming out, you've had maybe are you trying to attack it down low right away, or what are you trying to establish offensively if you're Baldwin?
I think just keeping your flow of offense moving. They're very quick on getting the perimeter moving, but also just finding those availabilities down low. So I think if you're Baldwin, you want to keep the same game plan, but maybe just certified that you're able to knock down those low percentage shots from the outside, because I know they're capable of shooting it. I've seen it firsthand. They're capable of knocking down the low percentage shots from three-point range, but I think they need to start knocking those down and also just start playing more collectively here in the second half if they want to continue to pile on the lead.
They got a 2-point lead right now. Chieftains will have first crack at it here on offense. We get things started in the third quarter. A tight contest in the Frontier League here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Chieftains currently sit in that 11th spot in the postseason rankings. They would be on the road at Ottawa if the postseason were to start before tonight's action. So they find themselves right in the mix, and they turn it over on the opening possession. Only the fourth of the game for Tonganoxie as Baldwin looking to capitalize and cash in for points.
And I think Crowley just needed to find somebody else, and it just wasn't working out. He couldn't find somebody on the outside, so he just tried to force it into Glover, and it didn't work there. So now if you're the Chieftains, regroup on defense, get a stop, and then recollect yourselves offensively.
Zembecki with it. Finds Carr, going to drive with the left hand on the baseline, met with a double team, throws it away, nearly throws it away. Zembecki keeps it alive, but Glover there. And again, the Chieftains out in transition. Crowley to Carlton for two.
It's been the same chemistry all game so far. And like I mentioned, they locked down defensively, and they're able to find that track meet of Carlton running the floor. He's been running the floor all game for the Chieftains.
And making Carr drive baseline, forcing that bad pass. Zembecki saved it from going out of bounds, but the Chieftains were able to recover. And again, Carlton was already streaking down the floor. That almost seems like the mentality when the ball comes off the rim, you just know that you got Carlton, McGray, somebody else. They're almost going to be like cherry picking down the floor. As McGray will pull it for a three, leaves it a little short. Rebound pulled down by Schoenberger.
And I don't think McRae's three was a bad shot. I just think Zembecki had a nice closeout there, and on cue, he hits a three on the other end of the floor. His second one today.
6 points total for Zembecki, gives Baldwin back the lead, 28-25.
Chieftains got to be a little bit quicker at their movements here. I like the cuts. I like the popping and going back into the paint. Just need to be a bit quicker here. There's a foul underneath.
And they're going to call a foul on the floor as Carlton was hitting the deck late. We'll get that on Torres. That will be his third.
That's one of the players, if you're Baldwin, you don't want to foul out. He's one of the shooters on this squad besides Zembecki. Him and Zembecki have been going at the total three-pointers made so far in the year. They've been between close to 50 or 60 made on the season so far. It's been back and forth. So it's been interesting to see that they've only made a couple threes so far in this game.
There was a rebound pulled down by Glover, taken away. Zembecki back the other way.
They're going to call it a jump ball.
It is a jump ball. As Carlton, I think, initially thought he was getting whistled for the foul, but instead it's a jump ball, and we'll stay down here with the Bulldogs. 5:32 left to go in this third period. A 3-point lead for Baldwin.
It's a bit of a sigh of relief.
Sessionero flips back over to the Chieftains. They go down low to Collin with a kick out, and the three ball on the way for Torres. Doesn't go, gets his own rebound, puts it back up for two.
Give the Chieftains the taste of their own medicine. It would have been Carlton and Crowley having those chase down rebounds, and now Talon Torres says, watch this. Does exactly what the Chieftains did to get up their some of their 4 points in this one. That's going to be a foul on the floor here.
Another one on the Bulldogs, this time on Collin for his third. So pair of Bulldogs with 3 foul. Torres now Column as McLaughlin will come off the bench.
Most likely
come in.
Column, yep.
Yes, he will.
And they like switching out either Schoenberger or Column for Garrett McLaughlin, who adds that size, but also kind of an outside shooter as well that you want from the bench.
Nobody, any kind of foul trouble for the Chieftains. Only 1 for Glover, Crowley, and Schmidt.
And I think that's one of the things that Coach Jones wanted, is to just be safe and play smart and not be in such a foul frenzy.
Schmidt still looking for his first field goal. Tried to pass to Crowley, and it's taken away. Jumping in front of it was Torres. The ball now works its way back to Carr. Sizing up McRae, drives on the right hand, and swirls out. Somehow, Schoenberger comes away with the rebound. Carlton was fighting him for it, but he collects it, goes back up for 2. And we're going to have a full timeout taken here by Tonganoxie. There's a quick 7-0 run for the Bulldogs. Puts them back up 32-25, just over halfway to go here in the third quarter on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Transform the look and feel of your home with the perfect flooring from Midwest Carpet Center in downtown Tonganoxie. Discover a world of exquisite carpets, stunning hardwoods, and luxurious vinyl. With over 20 years of trusted service, they are your local flooring experts. And they're so much more than just carpet. Shop a variety of styles from quality brands like Shaw, Anderson Tuftex, Hortec, and so much more. From cozy living rooms to elegant bedrooms, sleek kitchens to stunning baths, you'll find it all at Midwest Carpet Center. Explore online at MidwestCarpetCenter.com.
Jason Byrne, first in the game for the Chieftains, got the inbound from Alex Crowley. Now in the hands of Sakiah Glover. He's going to try to attack with the left hand, gets it to go.
Glover, a nice attack there and a nice finish from him as well.
5 points on the night for the senior, Sakiah Glover. Brings it back to a 5-point contest. Schoenberger kicked back out. Zembecki goes down low. McLaughlin ran into Carlton, stopped his momentum for a moment. And the Chieftains trying to get out in front of the Bulldogs. Bounce pass too high, too much to handle for Byrne. It's another turnover. 7th of the game for the Chieftains. As Glover taps on his chest and says, my bad, had the right idea. Just a little bit too much oomph on that bounce pass, looking for Byrne.
And I agree with you there. I was about to say it as well. It was a nice find there by Glover, just a bit too strong in the bounce passes. I don't think Byrne's 6'4", but he definitely plays like it as whenever he does make an appearance on the court. So I think Glover definitely deserves some credit for trying to get that find in there. And
look at the speed on McRae, getting down the floor in a hurry. 6 points on the night for Lachlan.
And whatever Jones said in that huddle must have been a spark for the Chieftains, because here they are already on a 4-0 run out of the timeout.
Zembecki trying to end it, can't do it. Rebound quickly put back up by Carr. That doesn't go. And a foul call underneath.
On Smossel, trying to fight for that one. And it was nice on Byrne to try and pry that one away, but just at the wrong location there to try and pry it away from Smossel.
Stays down here with the Bulldogs, still a 4-point lead, a little over 3 minutes to go in the third. Smossel on the inbounds, finds Carr. Gives it back to Collum after setting him to screen, but he can't knock down the easy jumper inside. I shouldn't say easy, nothing's really given. With a great defense shot at the varsity level.
Oh, man.
Schmidt gets to collect and puts it in, his first bucket. And all 5 starters for the Chieftains now in scoring figures as McRae signaling to the student section, trying to fire this team up a little bit, fire this crowd up a little bit. And Becky.
I was waiting for that. I was like, I bet you Baldwin's going to answer here, and Zembeki does just that, knocking down his 3rd triple tonight, the 2nd of this quarter.
And just when Tongi's starting to get some momentum, have it back within a 1-point game, a big 3 from Zembeki takes it back to a 4-point advantage. Crowley with the right hand, it's good.
Now the arena's getting here.
All right, baseline stops, good hesitation from Torres. Letting defenders fly by him.
For the Chieftains, just stay with the nice momentum you've had there. Just play a bit slower on offense here. I know Schmidt wanted to shoot that 3 ball, but I think
he heard you say play a little slower.
I think they need to pass the ball around more.
And the Baldwin crowd making the trip down, voicing their displeasure on that call. Crowley is trying to get that pass out of his hands.
It's going to be the first on Smossel. Crowley's going to check out and Albert to come in.
Schmidt comes loose on the inbounds, lost it on the floor.
They're going to call a foul, I think.
Say Chieftains do have the possession arrow, but yeah, I agree. Yeah, they're going to get an offensive foul, and they will get it on Schmidt as he was diving for that loose ball, his 2nd.
It's the 5th turnover for the Chieftains. They forced Baldwin to have 5 in the first half, but starting the second half, they're going to get a charge on Collum there. And Collum definitely having some choice words for the referee, but I think Schaumburger said, save it.
Yep, getting him back down the floor, and a good presence for Schaumburger, not letting his teammate get himself in trouble. Definitely doesn't like the call. So that's the 4th of the game on McCollum. Well, easy to understand why he's frustrated. He'll head out in the 3rd, 1:05 left to go. We'll probably see him a little bit later on into the 4th quarter. Still a 4-point game here on Tonganoxie Sports Live and for our simulcast viewers on Baldwin Sports Live. Glover takes the screen with a burst of energy high off the glass. Back to a 2-point game we go. Torres on the other end, though, is able to answer, and just like that, momentum halted for the Chieftains.
I was going to say, that's one of the people you don't want to leave open in the corner is Talon Torres. Been waiting for Torres to knock down a 3 ball. He finally knocks down his first one, and Glover, you can't do that. Just trying to force a skip pass to Albert.
9th turnover of the game. Torres goes back-to-back from 3-point range.
Torres is 10 in this 3rd quarter.
And back-to-back from downtown.
Defensive foul here.
All 10 points
Bulldogs.
for Torres. All here in the 3rd. 10.8 seconds left. Foul on Schoenberg is the 5th team foul. So that does put the Chieftains at the line for the 2 free throw bonus. It'll be Noah Carlton. First trip we've had to the line for either team in the second half. Chieftains shot at a 33% clip in the first half. First trip of the night for Noah Carlton. Knocks the first one down.
So Collin will check back in, along as Becky, and Curley will check back in for Chieftains.
Two for 2 for Carlton. 2 big free throws there. Shot, good if it goes for Torres.
And they wanted a foul there, but
official's not going to hear it from the Baldwin head coach. He's going to bring him over. He's going to try to talk him out, say what he saw, but nonetheless, Baldwin heading to the fourth quarter with a lead over the Chieftains, 43-37, trying to close out the regular season sweep on the other side here on your home of the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Five-point ball game. We head to the fourth and final quarter. It's been an exciting one. We're in for a great conclusion here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Dylan Funk alongside Brendan Bolin as we currently are working. I know everyone can hear us, but I see the picture over on Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's currently having difficulties. I do encourage, I'm going to try to get this fixed, but if you go over to Baldwin Sports Live, the broadcast is also over there, and I believe it is showing up fine over there. So we're going to try to get this fixed on Tonganoxie Sports Live, so just hang with us for just a little bit.
Maybe a takeover? Or?
Yeah, you know what you're doing. Go ahead.
Quick two inside, pull-up jumper from Carr won't go, and on the rebound there's a foul underneath the line. Doesn't matter, Glover trying to throw up a shot there. Won't see the basket there, rebounded there by Schoenberger, and here comes Cooper Carr up the floor. Zembecki, deep three, gets it to go there. Joey Zembecki, his third three of the second half. He's got 12. Crowley the other way, feasts it inside to Carlton, gets that one. And just when you thought Baldwin had the momentum, the Chieftains answer right back as a Carlton layup. A nice assist there, and now here's a steal from Carlton, poked away by Zembecki. And just when you thought Carlton had another track meet awaiting there on the Bulldogs, it's poked from behind there by Joey Zembecki. Pete Glover to inbound this one. Finds Crowley, and Schoenberger is going to knock down Carlton on the end of the floor, and that's the fourth on Schoenberger. McLaughlin to check in.
Interesting, you got Schoenberger and Collum each with 4 personals. As Schoenberger will head out. I do believe we are back up and running on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Apologize for that delay, and April Seba, shout out to you for the quick message. Wouldn't have known it without you, so thank you for letting us know so we can get on that quickly.
Also want to credit James Crowley on my end as well.
There we go. That's great. If you guys got the contact to us, let us know right away so we can get the problem fixed as soon as possible. Thank you both for letting us know. 7-point game. Schmidt on the drive in, gets his own rebound. 5-point game.
Schmidt held scoreless in the first half, but you knew at some point in the game he'd start scoring. He's got 4 in this second half.
And count the bucket on the inside for Smossel. His first bucket of the game and a big one. As another foul will be tacked. I believe we'll give it to Schmidt for his third. First trip in the line in the second half for the Bulldogs. Smossel for the three-point play doesn't go. Tipped by McLaughlin, still loose, and Carr comes down with it. He goes up strong and 2 extra points granted to the Bulldogs.
That's his first basket of the second half. Schmidt to answer. Ooh.
Bulldogs trying to pull away and put it away. Another one, Zembecki doesn't go, but an easy rebound for Torres. He's found and count that bucket. When it rains, it pours if you're the Chieftains right now. 12 points on the night for Torres, pending the free throw at the line.
Jones is going to call a timeout here to recollect here.
Bulldogs, 11-point lead, largest of the night. Under 6 to go in the game. You're watching Chieftain basketball on Tonganoxie Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
What's up, guys? I'm Brendan Baldwin, and this is T-Town Talk.
Gets the snap from Fisher, fakes the handoff Brusen. Looks right, deep ball, lofting into the end zone. It's caught! Touchdown, Chieftains! Here comes Maslock down the court, dribbling on Springer. Kicks it at the Shonik, pops a three from the right corner, gets it to go! Back up top Zakai, Glover. Feeds it inside to Carlton. Nice power dribble underneath and gets it to go. Join me every Friday at 7 a.m. for your exclusive Chieftain Sports News and more on our exclusive home on Spotify.
So what a run it has been for the Bulldogs. 3-point play doesn't go down for Torres, but it's still an 11-point lead, 52-41. This one knocked out of the hands of McGray, but Crowley able to recover.
If you're the Chieftains, you can't let Baldwin's run overwhelm you. If you're a Baldwin fan, you're used to seeing a nice little run in the second half, but this one, it's been definitely making the Chieftains a little frustrated and antsy here, and now another timeout called by Coach Jones.
With 32nd with possession arrow in favor of the Bulldogs. It's just a quick 30 taken by Coach Jones, bailing out his team there. While we do have time, let's take a look at what's coming up next here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. We're coming down the final stretch of the season. 2 basketball games. Our next one will be this Friday the 16th here at home against Paola. I think you'll be back on the call.
I will,
with
yes.
us, the voice of the Panthers and the voice of the Chieftains will team up and tackle that one. Should be a great one. And as we wrap up the other night of senior night as well, I believe basketball players, managers, and anybody else that hasn't yet to be recognized, that'll be that night. Regional wrestling taking place this Saturday here from Chieftain Arena. We'll get to see who gets to punch their ticket to the state tournament before we wrap up the basketball regular season a week from now in Ottawa with a date with the Cyclones. On the inbounds, it's Crowley looking for an option. He's going to lob it up to Carlton. Closing in quickly is Carr. Able to keep it alive and give it to Glover. Glover having a great night offensively on the night with 7. Finds McGray. His floater rattles in. Under 10 now for the Chieftains. Squares the shoulders up and nothing but net. Joey Zimbecki.
That's what, his 4th this game? Or 5th? 4th in the second half, excuse me. But he's been a scoring machine from deep for the Bulldogs.
All of his 15 from downtown. Rebound snagged down by Collum. Takes a bump in the back from Crowley. No harm, no foul. As he gives to Carr. Brings it across the timeline. We'll be under 4.5 here after this possession ends.
If I'm the Chieftains, I'm not worried one bit.
That one wide off the mark from Torres. Don't see him miss that bad very often. Good job getting a hand in the face with Schmidt.
That's the one thing you need to do if Baldwin's going to go up with a shot. You got to recognize that a bit earlier and get a hand in their face, whether it be Zimbecki or Torres, because they're going to knock those down regardless. And I think if you're the Chieftains, you're down only 6 possessions. You've got to make every single one count.
And that's exactly what you can't have. Now double digits in turnovers on the night for the Chieftains with 10 in the game. They're down by 12.
And Baldwin's not that far behind with 7 on the night. that I've accounted for.
Zipping it to Column. Crowley trying to poke it loose. It gets called for the foul.
It's going to be number 2 for him. And I think the worst case scenario, if you're the Chieftains, is getting Baldwin into the bonus to where they can, if you foul them, they can extend onto this lead. So I think you got to play a little more careful here, but understanding to still try and stop this team as Torres finds the wide open lane, takes care of that.
McRae with the give to Crowley. Guarded by Schoenberger, bounces it. Carlton puts it on the floor. Far corner 3 from McRae is up, does not go.
Nice job by McRae to, if he didn't knock down that shot, he's right back on defense, staying with it here.
And Carr, great hesitation, but he walked with it.
And I think that was the right call.
I'll say it too loud. Got a lot of Baldwin faithful around us here, but yeah, I mean, looked like a travel. Had all the signs. Yeah.
He had the initial pump fake, but I think he just took that extra step to try and go up with it there, and you can't be having that. So I think it was a reasonable call for a travel there, whether Baldwin fans want to agree with it or not.
Now under 3 left to go in the game.
Do the Chieftains get a quick basket here? Maybe start another momentum drive here.
That 3 doesn't go. Straight away from Crowley. Strong rebound pulled down by Collum underneath.
Not sure why Jones hasn't pulled out the full court pressure yet. Hopefully maybe
Kick
we'll
out.
see it.
Good! Collum with the assist to Torres. And that could be the backbreaker as the Bulldogs have eclipsed 60 points.
Torres has 15 points in this second half. Unbelievable. There's Schmidt to answer right back. All of his 6 coming in the second half for him.
Chieftains still down by 15, trying to get out in transition. McRae is up ahead. Comes near side to Crowley.
Just find a quick basket and get back on defense.
Schmidt, far corner 3 is good.
There you go. Now Jones telling his team D up, and it's exactly what you need here. As the referee's going to talk to Glover here.
Yep.
What did?
I'm not sure.
I wonder if he was warning Glover about maybe, showboating, or I don't know. I don't think there's any reason to showboat, but I have no idea what the referee was wanting out of Zakai Glover there.
I thought maybe he said something to Zimbecki, but he saw Glover and Zimbecki as that shot doesn't go. Rebound by Carlton. Immediately both just went over to each other, dapped each other up, and was like, not sure what that was all about, but we're all good. Big 3 on the way for Lachlan. And does not go. Big rebound, goes up strong, draws the foul. Is Owen Schmidt as tough as they come.
Schmidt almost got stepped on by his own teammate Carlton there.
What's new for him?
And that's all she wrote, actually, for Leo Schoenberger. That's number 5 for him.
That's a big loss for the Bulldogs coming down the stretch here. In a game that's still in your hands right now. It's your game to lose if you're the Baldwin Bulldogs, but I think if Schmidt can go 2 for 2 at the line, brings it back to a 10-point game, things could get interesting. It is worth noting each team with 3 team fouls apiece here in the third.
For the Chieftains, you're fine. The only person you have really in trouble is Schmidt with 3 fouls.
Can't hit the first one to go.
But if you're the Bulldogs, you have your other big man, Column, with 4. Other than that, Talon Torres has got 3. So I think you're late in the game to kind of not worry about it. But also, if you're the Chieftains, try and make a comeback and make the most of it there.
Now, last off of Carlton, I believe. Carlton trying to say it should be Chieftain basketball, but that's tough.
Jones is saying regroup, and now they're going to pull out the full court press here.
And Baldwin wasn't ready for it. They're all heading down to their end of the floor, so a full timeout taken by the head coach. Chieftains trying to make things interesting here late. 60-48, Baldwin still in front by 12 under a minute and a half left to go in the ball game. here on Tongi and Baldwin Sports Live.
Hey folks, save $1,000 on your interior painting project this winter. Hire Absolute Painting during November through February and qualify for 10% off your project, a free paint upgrade, and a free color consultation to make sure you choose the perfect colors to transform your home. This amazing offer only lasts until our winter calendar is booked and spots are filling up fast. Call now and save $1,000 on your interior project. No money down, affordable monthly payment options are available. This offer won't last long, so call now to save $1,000 on your interior project with Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
Whether you're an athlete looking to get back for another big win or you're just trying to win at life, Dr. Adam Ludwin at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy can get you back in the game. Dr. Adam has the tools and skills to have you feeling your best in no time with chiropractic adjustment, physical therapy, cupping, taping, muscle scraping, on-site x-ray, and more. Lose the pain and win the day at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy, now open in Tonganoxie. Book online at winchiropracticst.com or call 913-214-1020.
Chieftains bringing full court pressure, deflected by Schmidt, but right in the hands of Cooper Carr coming down the floor. Kick back out to Zimbecki, and if you're Baldwin here, you think you're going to start forcing Tongi to come up, maybe start to foul. There's the first whistle.
Yeah, Crowley, I believe, for number 3 on him.
And one more still to give for the Chieftains as a team before you start sending Baldwin to the free throw line.
But I like the effort from the Chieftains there to just try and force a turnover instead of a foul. But I think at this point in the game, you're at 4 fouls. You're going to have to force that last one at some point.
I think Carlton was trying his best to get the foul on Collum, and finally it comes in.
And that's his first.
Got the Baldwin fans around saying he's fouling him. That's the point. He's trying to. Send it to the line. 15 foul now.
Baldwin 60% in the first half, already 0 of 2 to start the second half here.
And this is it for Baldwin. You know, if you don't want to make anything exciting, make your free throws, and that's a good start for Collum.
Collum at 1 of 2 in the first half. Already off to a good start here, making his first.
Second one on the way, and good. 3 or 4 overall on the night for Collum at the line. Eight points total. That one high off the rim and pulled down underneath by Carr, trying to get loose from Tongi defenders. And
Glover's like, I thought I had that poked away clean there, and even Jones is asking about it. Now it's going to be on Carlton's second, I believe. Yep, back-to-back fouls on Carlton.
Things set up nicely here for Baldwin. It was back and forth, definitely to start this one. Kind of eerily similar to our first matchup we had between the girls varsity teams, where it was really tight, back and forth. Going into halftime was close. Baldwin came out, like you'd mentioned earlier, that they were a great second half team. Then came out of the gate. Chieftains were able to hang with them in the third quarter, and finally the fourth quarter was the one that the Bulldogs were looking for. Finally able to put them away. A big night from beyond the arc for Zimbecki, 15 total points. Crowley, that one doesn't go, and a rebound pulled in by Torres as the Bulldogs control off the rim again. So Chieftains retreat, and that just might do it in this one here tonight, as it looks like the Chieftains might.
And if I'm going to pull a stat from my Paola experience, fourth quarter to start out against Paola, they went 15-0, 15-0 run to start the fourth quarter, and I feel like they're a fourth quarter team, second half team in particular, I said, but mainly a fourth quarter team, and Coach Blanchett's going to call a timeout. I don't know why you'd call a timeout with 19.4 seconds and you're up. Looks to be 16, so.
And, you know, just trying to make sure his team ready to try to close this thing out right. Folks, don't forget to check out our website at varsitysportslive.com to check out all your favorite teams' upcoming broadcasts. You can watch past broadcasts from earlier this winter sports season, and all the fall sports broadcasts are in there as well. If you're a Chieftain fan, you want to relive any of that exciting postseason run that we had, all of them are at our team page at varsitysportslive.com, and of course follow and like us on Facebook at Varsity Sports Live. Tonganoxie is how the great folks like April Seba were able to reach out to us to let us know the stream was having difficulties. It's also a great way to see and share all the upcoming leaks on game day throughout the week, as this one will finish out. Respect from Zembecki and Glover as the Bulldogs complete the sweep tonight. And the season sweep on the Chieftains, 64-48 is the final score. As that will wrap things up here tonight as we go back into the Brothers Market postgame show where they treat you like family. Signs shown for both Tonganoxie squads facing off against Baldwin teams that are well in the hunt for postseason action. The boys team now moves up to 14-3 on the season as they are keeping pace as one of the top 3 teams in the east side of the 4A bracket. Postseason matchups will be coming out here within the next about week or so, 7 or 8 days. And for the Chieftains, they were currently the 11th seed coming into this one. They dropped now to 6-12 on the year. And we'll see after all the rest of the scores and stuff come into tonight where that will officially put them. But you got right now for both teams, the boys teams are still very well into the mix. They got a favorable matchup against a Paola Panther squad coming into Chieftain Arena coming up this Friday right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. And for the girls team, currently sit right on the bubble, and it's going to be a big one because if they beat Paola coming into town this Friday as well.
They do get that playoff spot, as I will interrupt you here. Sorry to complete the final score.
Sure.
As the Broncos did beat the Lady Panthers 58-31. So Friday night, it's going to be the game to be between both of these teams to vie for that last playoff spot up and around. So. And then Paola has another game against Emporia the next Tuesday. So,
and then Tonganoxie's next one will be against Ottawa. So yeah, again, but see, it's still too early the way they do it in high school basketball. It's just high school sports. And Acacia, it's really tough to, you can kind of get a feel, but when you're on the bubble, it's really, you got to wait until the day of and see the final win and loss totals come in. But looks like no doubt, at least this boys team, they're going to be playing a postseason game again. Both Tonganoxie teams missing the postseason last season. Neither of them qualified. It looks like the boys team definitely are on their way. It's just a matter of where will they be playing. It could be Ottawa. It could be Coffeyville, Fort Scott, Chanute. You never know. We'll see how these final 2 games go for the Chieftains coming up. Before we kind of preview what's coming up ahead, Brendan, your final thoughts on tonight. Baldwin coming in, completing the sweep against the Chieftains, the boys varsity that we just saw completing the win, 64-48.
And I mentioned Cooper Carr is a first half was a second half threat. That was actually a correction on my end. It was actually going to be Talon Torres coming up big. He scored 16 of his 17 in the second half, obviously putting his final total at 17. Cooper Carr still having a nice game, finishing the night with 13. But how about Noah Carlton having quite the game against this tough Frontier League opponent, scoring 16, although he's held to only 6 points in the second half. He had a phenomenal game on both ends of the floor, and just the all-around hustle. That's the one thing that really stands out to me, is the hustle, beating out every single Baldwin player, whether it be a breakaway or just getting back on defense. He had the correct amount of hustle and an impressive amount of hustle, and I think that deserves more credit in itself. But also, got to shout out Crowley here, 9 points for him, the senior leader, and then Glover also having 9. So both seniors really stepping up as their days of Chieftain basketball are drawing to a close here. Having a nice night as well for them. So
beautiful night indeed. That's why Noah Carlton with his 16 points. That's why he's going to be our Kevin Gallagher American Family Insurance Player of the Game. For all your insurance needs, home, life, auto, and more, the Kevin Gallagher Agency is there to serve you every step of the way. For what Carlton lacked in size against some, notoriously down low for Baldwin, they had the advantage there, height, length, reach, you name it. But he made up for it with his hustle, getting down for those 50-50 balls. Always was getting down on the floor for him and getting out in quick transition. Teammates were able to find him, and then also just making some good moves down low as well. Another career night for Noah Carlton. So that's going to wrap up our coverage here tonight. Again, we'll take one more look at what is coming up very in the near future here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. We'll back at it this Friday, a doubleheader here at home against the Paola Panthers. That will be the final regular season home game here on Tonganoxie Sports Live and check in throughout the day on Saturday, February 17th. Tonganoxie being one of the 4 sites, hosting sites for 4A Boys Regional Wrestling, as we will have all the action here. You Baldwin fans still hanging around, the Bulldogs will also be here, and that will also be a stream over on Baldwin Sports Live of our Frontier League channels that we have here. It's Tonganoxie, Eudora, Baldwin, and Lewisburg. So be sure to keep an eye out for your team's Facebook and YouTube pages, and keep an eye out for that broadcast link. And then we'll wrap up the regular season a week from tonight on the road at Ottawa. And I always like to just pass this along every time we know, the postseason conundrum. It's always, we can't always guarantee that we can do a broadcast. We'll see just where the matchup is at and all that is involved. So we'll make an announcement later on if one or both of the Tongi teams end up clinching a playoff game. We'll see where it's at before we make any announcements on if that will be streamed right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. I mean, that's it. 3 broadcasts technically in the winter sports season, and then next thing you know, we're going to be moving on to the spring sports season. You're going to be doing a lot of girls soccer for us on THS Soccer, and potentially on Tonganoxie Sports Live. We'll see a little bit more on that, and we'll have some baseball and softball games as well. So it's been a fast-moving year here for us here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, and I want to thank everybody from Baldwin and Tonganoxie that joined us tonight here for our doubleheader between the Bulldogs and the Chieftains. So until we see you next time on Friday, so long from Dylan Funk alongside Brandon Bowen, Dennis Drennan running camera for us tonight. Great work tonight, gentlemen. We will see you on Friday. Chieftains and the Panthers up next here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.